And a very good evening. Welcome to Week 5 of the Class 4A football schedule. I'm Shane Parker with your first Federal Bank and Trust pregame show here tonight. Your 5-0 Broncs are on their longest road trip of the year to take on the 1-4 Cheyenne Central Indians. Last Friday, the Broncs picked up their 36th consecutive win, beating Kelly Walsh 56-0. The Indians, on the other hand, lost a heartbreaker to Thunder Basin 22-20. The Broncs have won 18 out of their last 20 games against Cheyenne Central, including 4 playoff wins dating back to 2010. This year's Cheyenne Central program has a record of 1-4, but that record could be a bit misleading as they have dropped all 4 games by less than 8 points. On average, they have lost their 4 games by 4.2 points a game, with 2 2-point losses and 2 7-point losses. This year's Mike Apodaca team likes to throw the ball all over the field and only runs the ball to keep the defenses honest. Can the Broncs get their legs underneath them after a long bus ride? Well, we are about to find out as we approach game time. Keep in mind, the Broncs already have 7 special teams touchdowns in just 5 games. Will Central kick or punt the ball to this spectacular return team? That is yet to be determined as we get ready to go here tonight. Coming up on the first Federal Bank and Trust pregame show, we will take a look at this week's YO Preps coaches and media poll. We will have Kevin Coyle's weekly history report, and we will run down all of tonight's games, and we will hear from head coach Jeff Mauy as he will break down tonight's game for us. All that and more coming your way on the first Federal Bank and Trust pregame show right here on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM, also streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites, 307-675-2100.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Broncs and Lady Broncs.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO Sports Cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards, including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
In a world full of pipes, they existed for over 100 years, getting to the source of humanity's plumbing problems. Now, in a toilet somewhere in the city, a terrible evil has been released. One man, one mission, one chance, and this time, it's for real. For showtimes and plumbing, call A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, 672-9454.
Hi there, this is Jim Chosky with Stiefel Financial. You're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show as the Broncs get ready to take on Cheyenne Central here tonight in Cheyenne. Here is a look at this week's YO Preps coaches and media poll. In Class 4A, Sheridan continues to lead the way, 17 out of 18 first-place votes. They lead the way. They are number 1, followed by Campbell County. They got the other first-place vote. They are also 5-0 on the season. Number 3 is Cheyenne East, and rounding out the top 5, Natrona County and Kelly Walsh. In Class 3A, Star Valley leads the way. They are 1. Cody is 2, followed by Buffalo and Powell, and Douglas and Riverton are tied for 5th. In Class 2A, Mountain View continues to be the number 1 ranked team just ahead of the Bighorn Rams. Worland comes in at 3, Lovell 4, and Cokeville is 5th. In Class 1A 9-man, Lingle Fort Laramie again leads the way with Pine Bluffs in number 2 spot. Saratoga, Lusk, and Southeast round out the top 5. And in Class 1A 6-man, Little Snake River got all 16 first-place votes, followed by Encampment, Burlington, Meeteetse, and Riverside. That is a look at your YO Preps coaches and media poll for the week of October 2nd, 2024. When we return, we will hear from Kevin Coyle. He's going to run down tonight's Sheridan County football history with his prep history report. And later on, we will hear from head coach Jeff Mauy. He's going to break it down for us right here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM, also streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
First Federal Bank and Trust presents the final Dining for a Cause of the year at Frackleton's on Wednesday, October 16th from 4 to 9 p.m.
We're supporting the Sheridan College Foundation with scholarships for Sheridan College veteran students.
Frackleton's will donate all restaurant sales and tips, plus First Federal Bank and Trust and the Keeney Foundation will provide an additional match of up to $10,000 each.
This will be an exciting Dining for a Cause on Wednesday, October 16th from 4 to 9 p.m. with proceeds benefiting the Sheridan College Foundation.
Dining for a Cause, presented by Frackleton's and
First Federal Bank and Trust.
Why be a nameless face at the big box stores when you can visit us at Hospital Pharmacy? Hi, this is Mandolyn Meyer. At Hospital Pharmacy, we get to know our customers and their health needs. Keep all your prescriptions in one place with a pharmacist that knows and cares about you. Visit your hometown, family-owned pharmacy at 2 great locations.
Hometown Pharmacy, hometown care at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hello, this is David Hubert at First Bank of Wyoming. We believe in building lasting relationships with our customers. We value the people in our communities and strive to make sure they have the resources they need to be financially successful. Our experienced staff is committed to providing each of our customers with a personalized banking experience to fit their individual needs. From applying for a loan or helping with your account needs, we're here to help. Stop by and see us at our new location, 460 East Brundage Lane. First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
This is Tristan Geist with Buffalo Realty ERA Powered, inviting you to see 220 South Tisdale in Buffalo. This unique 3-bedroom, 2-bath home has been extremely well maintained and sits on a large, beautifully landscaped corner lot which is fully fenced. It also has a new furnace, updated electrical, plumbing, fresh paint, and so much more. There's also a new, large storage shed included with the property, listed for $425,000.
You can preview 220 South Tisdale at BuffaloRealty.com or call Tristan Geist at 307-217-2331.
Looking to learn something new or pursue a passion? Sheridan College offers 8-week community interest classes in both Buffalo and Sheridan. Whether it's golf for beginners, learning software, cooking, or film series, we offer once-per-week fun courses designed for everyone. No experience needed. Explore new skills, meet like-minded people, and enrich your life right here in town. Find out more at sheridan.edu/community or call 675-0500. Learn something new at Sheridan College.
Sign up your 2nd through 5th graders for citywide basketball with the Sheridan Rec District and the YMCA. Registration for 2nd and 3rd graders will be in person at the YMCA, and they'll also have their practices and games there. 4th and 5th graders can register online at SheridanRecreation.com. Players will be on teams with other kids from their school and compete against other elementary schools. Registration closes October 11th. For questions, call the Sheridan Rec District at 674-6421.
For Sheridan Media Sports, I'm Kevin Coyle with your Sheridan County High School football history report for Week 5 of 2024. Information courtesy Wyoming-football.com. For Sheridan at Cheyenne Central, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Sheridan won the first meeting between the two teams in 1912, while Cheyenne Central picked up their first win in 1936. Sheridan leads the series between the two teams 51-27 with one tie, including the postseason. The Broncs have won the last 5 meetings, 16 of the last 17, and 20 of the last 22. As far as games at Cheyenne Central go, Sheridan leads the series 19-16 and has won in each of their previous 7 visits. Cheyenne Central's last win at home against Sheridan was in 2010. Sheridan's longest win streak versus Cheyenne Central is 12 from 2011 to 2019, while Cheyenne Central's longest win streak versus Sheridan is 5 From 1976 to 1980 and from 2000 to 2007. No games played from 2003 to 2005. Sheridan has shut out Cheyenne Central 6 times, the last in 1995, but every shutout was played at Sheridan, while Cheyenne Central has shut out Sheridan 3 times, the last in 1980. Sheridan's largest margin of victory versus Cheyenne Central is 47 in 2017, 54-7, while Cheyenne Central's largest margin of victory versus Sheridan is 54 in 1979, 64-10. The most points that Sheridan has scored in a game versus Cheyenne Central is 66 in 2015, 66-21, while the most points that Cheyenne Central has scored in a game versus Sheridan is 65 in 2000, 65-35. The two teams have gone to overtime once versus each other in 1989, with Sheridan winning 37-34 at Sheridan. For Moorcroft at Bighorn, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Bighorn won the first meeting in 1952, while Moorcroft won its first game in 1959. BH leads the series 28-20 with one tie and has won the last 14 meetings. Moorcroft's last win was in the 2001 regular season. This does not include 1993 and 1994 when it was Bighorn versus Moorcroft's JV. As far as games at Bighorn go, BH leads the series 15-10 with one tie and has won the last 7. Bighorn's longest win streak versus Moorcroft is the current 14-game streak that started in the 2001 playoffs. No games played from 2014 to 2015 and from 2017 to 2023. While Moorcroft's longest winning streak versus BH is 8 from 1980 to 2001. No games played from 1985 to 1986 and from 1989 to 2000. Bighorn has shut out Moorcroft 6 times, the last in 2009, while Moorcroft has shut out BH 3 times, the last in 1966. Bighorn's largest margin of victory versus Moorcroft is 52 in 2010, 58-6, while Moorcroft's largest margin of victory versus BH is 61 in 1960, 67-6. The most points that Bighorn has scored in a game versus Moorcroft is 58 in 2010, 58-6, while the most points that Moorcroft has scored in a game versus BH is 67 in 1960, 67-6. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. The Tongue River at Upton Sundance game scheduled for Friday has been postponed due to complications that have arisen because of the elk fire burning west of Dayton. A makeup date is to be announced. With your Sheridan County High School Football History Report, I'm Kevin Coyle for Sheridan Media Sports.
There's no doubt that many of us are guilty of being in a hurry. Even in our own radio spots, we're often talking a million miles an hour. The real estate market is no different. This is Colton Bates with the best real estate team, and while I'm taking my own advice of slowing down, you too should be moving at your own comfortable speed in your real estate journey. There are so many small factors when buying or selling, and it's so important that you're making informed, confident decisions along the way so you're ready when the right moment strikes. And it's our job to guide you at your speed through the process. So call me, Colton, at 675-BEST and visit bestwi.net today.
Proudly brokered by eXp. Wyoming Corporate Office is the trusted business choice behind thousands of businesses. Whether it's business formation, payroll, corporate paperwork, mail scanning service, or small business phone service, Wyoming Corporate Office powers over 100,000 businesses worldwide and locally. This makes Wyoming Corporate Office the state's largest business-to-business service provider, located right here in Sheridan, Wyoming. If you're drowning in corporate paperwork looking for someone with an unmatched experience that cares and wants to be your partner in making your business successful, trust that Wyoming Corporate Office can help you focus on what makes your business tick. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Great job as always. The Bronx and Indians are now warming up for tonight's game. Let's take a look at all the games going on around the state of Wyoming tonight. In Class 4A, it is your Bronx playing here at Cheyenne Central. Cheyenne East will play at Kelly Walsh tonight. Laramie at Natrona, and Thunder Basin will play at Rock Springs. Campbell County gets a forfeit win over Cheyenne South. Cheyenne South has too many injuries and do not have enough players to take the field tonight, so Campbell County will move to 6-0 on the season. In Class 3A, Star Valley at Powell, Evanston at Cody, Riverton at Buffalo. Jackson will play at Green River tonight, Lander at Douglas, and Torrington will play at Rollins. In Class 2A, Kemmerer at Lyman, Cokeville will play at Thermopolis, Moorcroft at Bighorn tonight. Newcastle will play at Glen Rock. Hopefully the Tungaver Eagles will be okay. A lot of their kids they have not had a lot of practice this week. They've not been in school due to the elk fire just outside of Dayton. And so a lot of those kids have been really on edge all week due to that fire just right outside of Dayton and their Tungaver High School. Mountain View will play at Pinedale, Lovell at Worland, and Burns will play at Wheatland. And 9-man, Wright at Saratoga, Lusk at Pine Bluffs tonight. Shoshone will play at Wind River, Wyoming Indian at Rocky Mountain, and Southeast gets a forfeit win over Guernsey Sunrise. And in Class 1A 6-man, Encampment at Farson Eden and Matitsi at Burlington. Those are the games going on tonight around the state of Wyoming. When we come back, we will have head coach Jeff Mauy joining us here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show. He'll break down what we'll see and expect to see out of Cheyenne Central tonight. You're listening to the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show right here on 1410 KWYO 106.9 FM, also streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
Hi, this is Taylor Ganley, mortgage specialist with Campco Federal Credit Union. Let your real estate investments work for you. If you are needing funds for a home improvement project or a debt consolidation option with a fair interest rate, call or come visit with me about our home equity line of credit options or our second mortgage program at Campco Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA and equal housing lender.
Want a great new idea for lunch at Farmers Co-op? I call it the Build Your Own Sampler Platter. I couldn't make up my mind, so I walked up to the deli window and ordered all 3 gizzards, mushrooms, and some matzo sticks. It was awesome. You can do the same thing with mini tacos, chicken strips, or wings. Heck, mix and match anything you want. Lunch can be pretty cool at Farmers Co-op, owned by those they serve, 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
Celebrate Security State Bank's 95th anniversary with You Choose Rewards, where you can earn points towards great rewards every time you use your Security State Bank Visa debit card. The points can be redeemed for cash, travel, event tickets, gift cards from popular retailers, merchandise, and more. Stop by Security State Bank in Sheridan, Gillette, Orland, Graybull, or Basin and register your Security State Bank debit card to start earning You Choose Rewards today. Security State Bank, FDIC insured.
Whether you're starting a business, safeguarding your assets for future generations, or navigating the complexities of property transactions, McCool Law Firm LLC in Sheridan provides tailored solutions that ensure your success. McCool Law Firm understands that each case is unique, and it is committed to delivering personalized service that will exceed your expectations. McCool Law Firm, protecting your legacy, stepping up to bat for you. Find out more and schedule a consultation at McCoolLawFirmLLC.com or call 307-461-9240.
All right, we're back with Coach Mauy and Coach here on the pregame show tonight. You're at the midway point of the season. You've got your first 4 games under your belt, and everything's just kind of rolling along. And actually 5 games under your belt, 5-0, and we're on the road again this week and a long bus ride. And really the first time the boys have got to experience a long bus ride, and we'll talk a little bit about that as we go through the interview here tonight. But talk a little bit about the Kelly Walsh game. Let's just recap a little bit about that. Obviously special teams played a huge part, and your offense really had things rolling.
Yeah, it was a really fast start. You know, when you return the opening kickoff like that, momentum gets on our side pretty quick, and we challenged our guys to do that. We had to come out of the locker room, and sometimes you know, when we have a game like that, we can score a quick touchdown and then slow down. And I thought our offense did a good job of continuing and scoring points quickly. And the same thing happened with our special teams. You know, we score the punt or the kickoff return right away, and then we get a punt return later on in the first quarter. And so special teams were huge, got the momentum on our side of the ball really quickly. And then you saw kind of Kelly Walsh get deflated pretty quick. They had a great game the week before against Thunder Basin, and probably the first win they've ever had against Thunder Basin. And they came in here very confident, and you know, we got some points up pretty quick, and they got pretty defeated quickly.
I thought defensively you guys did a great job of snuffing out that odd scheme that they were running and didn't really give up much.
Yeah, Coach McEwen put in a great scheme. We had a different scheme than we'd ran all season. And that does 2 things. Maybe makes us a little uncomfortable, but it also puts their offense a little uncomfortable as well. They didn't see what they had expected on film, and so we adjusted, had a great scheme, had some checks in there, and our guys went out and executed. And I thought the best part we did is we won first down. And against that offense, if you win first down, second and long, third and long is really challenging. And we won first down and put them in a predicament, second down, and they can't just get 3 yards anymore. If they get 3 or 4 yards on first, second, and third down, they got a first down. And we stuffed them on first down and put ourselves in a good situation.
Did you feel like, well, I felt physically up front, your guys, both your O-line and D-line really, really got after them.
They did, and you don't see that a lot. Our defensive line had to take on double teams, lots of double teams, and their job is to occupy those double teams so our linebackers can scrape and then fill and make tackles. And I thought our interior D linemen did a good job of doing that. On the edges, our defensive ends did a good job of penetrating and keeping their man at the line of scrimmage, and then even took on fullbacks again to keep our linebackers free. And really pleased with our defensive ends and interior line, and their ability to keep our linebackers free was huge. And then our linebackers do a great job of scraping over the top and wrapping up and tackling. And Keegan, Kelton, and Garrett Way are our 3 linebackers. They really do a phenomenal job of running and tackling.
So as we turn the page and look forward to tonight's game, Cheyenne Central, they're 1-4, but they're probably better than that 1-4 record. Watching them on film, they seem fairly athletic. They've dropped a couple really, really close games, and it's a team you guys are going to have to be ready for.
Yeah, they are 1-4. It's not the season that they had planned, and not the season I forecast for them either. I picked them to be 3-4, ranked 3rd or 4th about this time of year, and they haven't had the start that they thought. But that being said, they lost 4 games by 7 points or less. So they've been in every single game, and they just haven't been able to capitalize. I think a couple years ago, we won 5 or 6 games by 7 points or less. And so we were on the other end of things. And it's an athletic team that if they have things go their way, they'll hang around with us for sure. And it'll be a tough game. We got to come out and execute clean right from the beginning and be physical, like you spoke about a little bit ago. We got to really be physical and establish ourselves up front.
What do you think, what will we see out of them tonight as throwing the ball, running the ball?
Yeah, we're going to see a heavy pass attack. They throw the ball more than they run the ball, which is different. The first 5 teams we played have been heavy run. And Kelly Walsh last week threw the ball 3 times. They were over 90% run. And so it'll be different for us. We have not seen a pass-first attack yet this year. And we'll see this and Laramie and Gillette that throw the ball a lot more. And so this will be a good test for our defensive backs, our linebackers, and our pass rush. We've got to really contain the quarterback. He's an athletic young man that has a good arm, but will pull the ball down and run. So our defensive front's got to do a good job with pass rush and keeping him in the pocket. And then our linebackers and DBs got to do a great job of communicating, passing off routes, and getting to their drops.
So this type of game will really maybe work to our advantage, getting to play them, say maybe before Campbell County that has the real heavy pass attack.
Yeah, Campbell County's they're really good at throwing the ball over the top, and Cheyenne Central a week ago missed 4 or 5 guys over the top that were open. And so we've really got to take away that deep ball, which is, I think, helpful for us down the road. It's not something we've been tested. You don't see teams right now in the first 5 weeks throwing the ball at us very much, and that's because it's not their style of offense. Well, Central's going to take a lot of shots, and they'll take some over the top. And the scary part about a pass-first offense is, you might keep them down, and all of a sudden they get one over the top, and it's a big play, and we've got to eliminate that big play.
Special teams have really been huge. I think 7 special teams touchdowns on the season. And obviously it's been huge for years and years within the Sheridan High School football program. But is that something that you expected at this point to already have 7 punt and kickoff returns?
We set goals every fall, and the seniors do our goal setting, and there is always a special teams goal about scoring touchdowns on special teams. And so we have that goal. The expectation of 7 halfway through the season was not there. We've been very, very fortunate to get that, and we've had a couple games with 2 special team scores, and so very, very fortunate. But it's a lot of pride in our locker room on special teams. We talked about it with the team on Monday. Is that if you're tired on a play, we'll pull you out of offensive or defensive play before special teams. Special teams is a priority for us, and it's got to be a priority in our room. And, there's 3 phases of the football game, and Coach Julian always talked about you got to win 2 phases of the football game. And we really hang our hat on special teams. If we can win special teams, we got a chance on offense or defense, and we can swing things our way. And that's something we take a lot of pride in. We practice a lot, and our kids are executing pretty well right now.
Do you think teams are going to continue to kick the ball to you? I mean, look at the speed we have. I mean, sometimes they don't have a choice. Obviously, if they can't kick it into the end zone on a kickoff, we're going to get a return. But boy, it just has to just chap them to kick it to you and have it returned.
Yeah, I hope they keep kicking to us. That's our hope. But we've got to expect the unexpected. If I'm a team playing us, I'm probably squibbing or onside. Do something that's a little bit different. Come out with a different formation, put us on our toes. I think we've got to expect that down the road, because if they kick to us, that's great. I hope they do. And then on our punt return is teams got to punt. If our defense holds you in a bad field position, you can't really just kick it out of bounds and give our offense a short field. So they've got to punt the ball. And, there's not many high school punters that like the NFL where they can directionally kick it 40 yards. Our high school punters they kick it as well as they can, but typically they can't. They're not as controlled as those NFL and college punters. And so if our defense keeps doing a good job, I think they've got to punt to us. And if they do kick it out of bounds, we'll take the good field position and see what we can do with our offense.
And defensively for Cheyenne Central, feel like you guys have got things dialed in this week to move the ball on them?
I hope so. Cheyenne Central runs just like their offense is different. Their defense is different also. They bring a lot of pressures from a lot of different places. They put a lot of pressure on the offense. And so it's a defense that is designed to cause chaos. So our offense has really got to communicate, get on the same page, and then we've got to see where the stunts are coming from. They're a defense they're gonna have tackles for losses and sacks, but they're also gonna give up a big play now and again because they're taking chances. And so we've got to stay patient, stay the course, and just trust in the scheme and trust in the process. And I think we can make some plays out there.
Dancing back to our offense, you're spreading the ball around to a lot of different guys are getting lots of touches, and I think that's proving tough for defenses to handle because they don't know who to key on.
Yeah, we have some backs that are doing a great job carrying the ball, and then like you said last week, we were able to spread the ball out to some receivers on the edge. We have some guys that in special teams have made good plays, and then we were able to flip the ball out on some quick bubble screens or some quick screens to receivers and make great yards with Carson Chase and Chance Morris and Breck Reed out there. And so if we can continue to do that, that makes the defense have to play the whole field. And if they have to spread themselves across the whole field, there's going to be some alleys in there where we can take advantage of.
Long bus ride today. Kids, you probably got them off the bus a time or two and try to keep their legs under them.
Yeah, it's our first long road trip. We've had a couple shorter ones, and it's our first long. We didn't have many kids that have been in the Capitol building, so we organized a tour for our guys to go check out the Capitol building and enjoy that. And that gives us an opportunity to walk around and get off the bus a little bit earlier. So hopefully our legs are a little fresher today, but we're going to find out.
Well, let's go get them. We'll talk to you after the game.
Appreciate it, Shane.
What's new at Waring Sheridan Chevrolet? And I'm talking vehicles, Doug Wooden.
We have Tahoes, new Suburban, new half-ton Silverados, as well as a ZR2 Duramax half-ton. Heavy duties, 3/4 tons, 1-ton Silverados, new Blazers, Trailblazers, you name it. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we'll find it. Just ask.
Experience the Waring way of buying vehicles. Waring Chevrolet, 107 East Alger, WaringSheridan.com.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Broncs and Lady Broncs.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Texting and driving. Texting and driving? Everyone knows there really is no and. You're either texting or you're driving. In other words, if you're typing or reading anything while you're behind the wheel, you're not paying attention and you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why law enforcement around the state is cracking down on distracted driving. Hey, Wyoming, let's put an end to texting and driving because we all know better. There is no and. This message was paid for by White-On.
This is Kent Sherwood with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
A huge thank you to head coach Jeff Mauy for giving us his thoughts and insight into tonight's game. Coming up next, Ryan Parker will be joining me live as we will have tonight's starting lineups and the kickoff coming your way right here from Cheyenne Central High School. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
You save, we give. Hi, this is Tasha with First Northern Bank of Wyoming. I'm sure you've heard about our Roundup program by now, but did you know so far this year we've matched over $15,000 that we've donated to local nonprofit in our communities? If you haven't enrolled, stop by and see us at 29 North Gould Street to learn more and enroll today. You save, we give. It's a win for you and the community. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, investing in Wyoming communities since 1885. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hungry? Got $5? McDonald's has you covered. Introducing the all-new $5 meal deal. Choose between a juicy McDouble or a McChicken sandwich, but wait, you'll also get a small fry, small drink, and a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, all for just $5. That's right, $5. So why wait? Head to McDonald's now and grab the $5 meal deal. Better yet, download the mobile app and save even more money and time by ordering ahead. McDonald's, Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
Have you been to the showroom at Thompson Master Masons? If you're thinking about doing a masonry project, you need to stop by and check it out. Thompson's is located on the corner of Broadway and 11th in Sheridan with a showroom full of brick and stone samples. They offer both man-made and natural stone. As a matter of fact, Thompson Master Masons has the widest selection of stone, block, and brick in town. Wholesale or retail, contact Thompson Master Masons.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits. Stop by your locally owned and operated Sheridan Motors to check out our incredible selection and find out what's coming soon. We know you have a choice when it comes to shopping for new and used cars, servicing your vehicle, and purchasing tires. On behalf of Sheridan Motors' entire team, thank you for your business.
This is Patrick Johnson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show here on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM. Shane Parker and Ryan Parker are bringing you all the action as we get ready to kick this thing off here in a few minutes. We're about 8 minutes away from kickoff. The Broncs have just come back out of the locker room, and they're getting ready for introductions. And Ryan, a really nice evening here. The wind has been pretty much howling ever since we got to Cheyenne, but the flags across the way are just calm right now.
Yeah, I thought that the weather was going to maybe be a factor with Cheyenne being a pass-heavy offense. But, here getting, we're about 8 minutes away from kickoff, and, the wind has really died down compared to what it was an hour ago.
So tonight the Broncs are going to try to continue this win streak. And, you take a look at this Cheyenne Central offense. They've struggled to put points on the board, except, when they played a couple of the teams that they've scored a few points. But they've been in a lot of big ball games, tight ball games this year. They led Campbell County 19-0 at the end of 3 quarters, and then Campbell County scored 3 straight touchdowns in the fourth quarter to beat them 21-19. So they can be a talented football team, but it's just whether how they come out and play.
Right, and the Broncs are going to have to be ready because Cheyenne Central does have the #1 defense in the 4A, especially against the run, and Sheridan is more of a run-first type of team, or has been, with I like to call them Thunder and Lightning, with Kelton Crow and Garrett Way. But I think tonight that they're going to have to. They may have to open up the passing a little bit.
Yeah, Cheyenne Central only gives up 58 yards on the ground per game so far this year, and it's just through the air, their defense has been a little bit tough. They rank 8th in 4A in passing, giving up 136 yards a game through the air.
Right. Garrett Way and Kelton Crow, they're each, averaging right around 63 yards a game on the ground. So, and with Cheyenne only giving up 59 on the ground, the backs are going to have their work cut out for them tonight.
Well, I think both of those guys will get more than 56 apiece tonight. Just my thought process. The quarterback for Cheyenne Central, he does a good job. He is a junior. He's 6'4", about 190 pounds. His dad played quarterback at the University of Miami. I don't know how much he played, but they say that he played a lot for the Hurricanes in a few years ago. And he's attempted 128 passes already this year for 762 yards and 8 touchdowns, but he does like to give it away. He's thrown 7 interceptions.
Right, and whether his dad was the starting quarterback, backup, playing Division I football at Miami, he probably knows a thing or two about the quarterback position. So if his son can learn from him and if he can do what the coaches want him to, he should have some success.
Coming out, the Broncs are the number 3 offense in 4A. They average 328 yards per game. Cheyenne Central, they have the number 4 offense. They average 276 yards a game. So both offenses should be fairly potent. The Broncs defense has been, obviously, points-wise, the Broncs have the number 1 defense in 4A. They've only given up 25 points in 5 games. And really, the starters have only given up 10 points all year.
Yeah. A lot of those points have come, what, I don't want to call it garbage time, but it is.
After the starters have come out.
After the starters come out, because we have such a big lead, and then, Cheyenne, the other schools keep their starters in against our sophomore team, basically.
Right.
So you expect them to give up some points.
And for the first time all year, the Broncs will be starting on defense. Cheyenne Central did win the toss, and they elected to receive most of the time these days. You see, if somebody wins the toss, they defer to the second half, but the way Sheridan's been starting games, Cheyenne Central wants the ball on offense to start this thing.
They don't want anything to do with Sheridan special teams, especially right at the start after what they saw happen to Kelly Walsh last week, because we all know that they saw the tape and the film, and if you won the toss, I would do the same thing. Let's keep that special teams off the field as much as possible.
And keep the offense off the field as well. We're just about ready for kickoff. When we come back, we will have the starting lineups and that opening kick. You're listening to Bronc Football right here on 1410 KWIO, 106.9 FM, also streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
Mobile banking is a terrific service with numerous features, and Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union has it. With the Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union mobile banking app, use your smartphone for remote deposit, transferring money, paying bills, making loan payments, and more. Take a picture of a check and deposit it into your account. Mobile banking is fantastic at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
Hi, this is Brent Wolf with Sheridan Motors, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Risky Field here at Cheyenne Central High School. It's homecoming for the Cheyenne Central Indians tonight, and good crowd on hand as we get ready to go tonight. A good crowd across the way. I see a lot of blue and gold across the way as a good contingent of people have made their way down to Cheyenne for tonight's ball game, and a good crowd of red and black here as well for Cheyenne Central. But we're going to get ready to go. The Bronx offense is out on the field, and it looks like they will actually their team's out there. They're going to start by announcing the defense starting tonight at that D tackle spot. One of them is number 73, Brady Hartman. Also, the other D tackle is going to be the senior Bridger Peldo. One of the defensive backs is going to be, I think that's Andrew Stewart out there. Also, Beck Haswell, he'll start at defensive end along with Harvey Freiberger. Kelton Crow will be one of the linebackers. Garrett Way and Keegan Rager are the other linebackers as well. And then the two corners, Breck Reed and Carson Chase, and the two safeties, Chance Morris and Ty Gilbertson. And Ryan, one thing that I noticed is our secondary is not very tall, 5'11", 5'9", 5'9", 5'10". I mean, a lot of speed out there, the three fastest guys on the team. But the receivers for Cheyenne Central are all 5'11" to 6'4".
Wow. Okay.
So, and they like to throw the ball around. They got the big 6'4" quarterback who can stand up and see above everybody out there. And for Cheyenne Central, they're going to introduce their offense. But, you know, as we come into this week 5, the Broncs are looking for that 37th win. And you feel like Cheyenne Central is 1-4 on the season. They lost a really close one to Campbell County. They lost a really close one last week to Thunder Basin. And you're like, wow, but they also got beat by Laramie. And Laramie, we don't think is as talented as the Cheyenne Central team, especially on paper, but you just never know who's going to show up.
Yeah, like Coach Maury said, they've been in every game. So the Broncs can't overlook anybody. This is 4A football, and they better just be ready to go. Like they talked about, long bus ride. Let's see if they got off the bus.
So the Broncs, you heard Coach Maury in the pregame show. The Broncs got down here. They were probably in Cheyenne by, 1:30 this afternoon. And they all went and they took a tour of the Wyoming State Capitol and talked to the coaches down on the field before the game. And they said that the kids really seemed to enjoy that and got to, see some of the history of the state of Wyoming. And not a lot of guys get to go do that tour, especially from the northern part of the state. So probably a pretty cool situation for the Broncs.
I think it was a good way to keep them loose.
Yeah.
Before the game, after a long bus ride. And Coach Gilbertson talked about one of the tour guides at the Capitol is actually from Sheridan, and she broke into the Sheridan fight song. And so
they sang the Sheridan song.
They sang the Sheridan fight song, and Rafe Durham, one of the coaches, joined her in it, and they sang the Sheridan fight song there at the state capitol today. So
in the rotunda.
Yeah, and so that just shows that they're loose, having fun, but now it's time to buckle down.
It is time. The Broncs will be kicking. It looks like they will kick going right to left across your radio dial, so Central will be going left to right to start this game after the opening kick. And I'm sure it'll be Beck Haswell teeing it up for the Broncs, and it will be. He's running out to the 40-yard line and going to put the ball down. We are just about ready to go here from Risky Field in Cheyenne. And beautiful evening, just a light breeze blowing right now. We'll see how the temperatures stay. It's about 83 degrees here at kickoff. Can you believe that here the first week of October? And I'd be remiss if we didn't send our thoughts and prayers along to everybody in Sheridan County who's been affected by the elk fire. And a big thanks and best wishes to all the firefighters and everybody involved in trying to get that dang thing under control.
Right.
And Haswell has it teed up. There is the opening kick, and it is going to reach the end zone and no return as Cheyenne Central will take it. And they will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And the offense will come out on the field for the Indians. And the Bronc defense, they have been as stingy of a group as there has been in 4A football this year, especially point-wise. They've given up yards. Against Cheyenne or against Thunder Basin. Thunder Basin had it on the 1-yard line a couple different times in that game, and Sheridan did not allow them to score. So they've bent but not broke.
That's exactly it, and that's all you can ask. I mean, you give up some long plays or big plays, whatever. but you regroup and you just keep them out of the end zone.
So here's the first play. It's going to be the quarterback, Lane Clement. He takes it off the right side. He's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. They might give him 1 yard. Great job by Harvey Freiberger to stay home. Kelton Crow also came up to attack that edge. And maybe a gain of 1 for the quarterback, Lane Clement. So 2nd down and 9. This is right where you want to have Cheyenne Central in 2nd and long, 3rd and long. This time Clement, he'll throw a wide receiver screen. That's going to be caught, but it's going to be no gain on the play again. Maybe they're going to give him 1 yard again. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Carson Chase did a great job out there of just keeping the receiver in front of him and holding on. I think that's going to be the key, just staying home. They'll probably catch the ball, but as long as you wrap up and make that tackle, you should be okay.
16 players on the Cheyenne Central team have at least 1 catch on the year.
Wow, they spread it around.
That was Cade Brown, the outside receiver on the far side with the 1 yard catch. It's going to be we'll call it 3rd and 7. They gave him progress out to the 23-yard line. This time they sweep across. It's going to be Brown. He'll cross the 25 and be tackled just across the 25-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and long for Cheyenne Central. The punt team's going to have to come on. Great job by the Broncs. Looks like
it was Breck Reed and Garrett Way.
And Breck Reed's coming up. He's hanging a shoulder. Looks like his shoulder might be dinged up a bit. He's going to have to go off the field. So going back deep for Sheridan.
Oh, he's going to go down onto the field. He's not even going to make it to the sideline.
Yeah, I think it's his right shoulder. But Carson Chase is out there along with Rudy Green, the other return man.
Well, normally it is Breck Reed back there with him. So hopefully it's just a stinger and Breck will be all right.
Well, and he's a very important player in all 3 aspects of the game. Offense, he's one of the starting wideouts. On defense, he's one of the starting corners, and special teams, he returns everything.
Right. So, hopefully Beck will be okay. Hopefully it's nothing serious, and looks like he's holding it a little bit better now.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of a stinger he got in that right shoulder.
Yep, let's hope so.
So he's walking off the field, and the punt team is out for Cheyenne Central. And doing the punting for them will be Jace Davis. He's just a sophomore, but he does the kicking and the punting for him. And again, back deep will be Riley Green and Chase. And the rugby-style kick, it's going to be a low one. It takes a bounce and will go out of bounds at the Bronc 42-yard line. So good field position for the Broncs. They kicked it away from the special teams. We kind of got that answer right off the bat, didn't we?
Yep. I mean, that's the perfect scenario for Cheyenne Central. Not great distance, but you didn't give them a chance to return. Sheridan does get good field possession, but it's just fine. If I was Cheyenne Central, I'd be happy with that.
So it's going to be Gilbertson with Garrett Way parked right next to him in the pistol, and Ryan Taylor false starts, and it's going to back the Broncs up 5. They're going to be 1st and 15, and normally that's Breck Reed's spot right there. Ryan Taylor is the sub coming in, and he false starts as the wide receiver on before the first snap ever took place.
Yeah, that's not very common for the Broncs, but maybe a few jitters after a long bus ride. Let's just correct it and move on.
So Haswell in the slot on the far side with Carson Chase outside. Ryan Taylor, the receiver, to the near side. And high snap. The give is to Garrett Way. He's off the right edge. Breaks a tackle at the 30. The 40 and across the 45. Going to be tackled at about the 49-yard line. Good run, bad snap, bad exchange for the Broncs.
Yeah, they were lucky to get that one off without fumbling that.
But it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 4 after, an 11-yard pickup by Garrett Way on 1st down.
Good concentration and just hard-nosed running.
This time Gilbertson will look to the sideline. You get the signals. It's going to be Chase and Haswell to the near side this time. Kelton Crow in the backfield, and Way will be the up back. And the give straight ahead to Crow. Crow has enough for the 1st down. He's into Central territory across the 45 to the 44-yard line. So already the Broncs have picked up, 19 yards on 2 carries.
against the number 1 rushing defense in the 4A.
So they probably haven't seen a team that runs the ball the way the Broncs do. Way going to be lined up in the pistol with Gilbertson. Crow will be the up back, kind of the fullback position. Again, Haswell and Chase to the near side, Ryan Taylor to the far side. The snap, the give, straight ahead to Way, and he gets nothing. In fact, he might lose a yard on first down back to the 45-yard line. Just nothing doing up front. The I
think number 75, Jack Garrett, was the one that got to him first and just got those mitts on him, and Way couldn't get away from it.
The offensive line missed an assignment on that play, and Garrett Way had nowhere to go. So 2nd down and 11. Ryan Taylor's going to work in the slot on the near side. And this is going to be the Wildcat formation. It's going to be the fake. Crow will dive across the 45, and he'll pick up 2.
I think we're back to the original line of scrimmage.
Maybe back to the original line. Boy, it's going to be 3rd and long for the Broncs. Here, 3rd and about 9, maybe even 3rd and 10, they're going to call it, from the 44-yard line of Cheyenne Central. 3 receivers to the near side as Chance Morris is in. And Garrett Way lined up on the far side. Now he's going to move back into the backfield in the pistol. Ryan Taylor will be in the slot. Gilbertson rolls to the near side, looks downfield, has a man wide open, and the catch is made by Haswell, and that's going to be enough for the first down. But Chance Morris was all
wide
alone,
open,
and Gilbertson just didn't see him. But a great pass underneath to the tight end Haswell. That'll move the sticks, and the Broncs pick up a first down at the 33-yard line of Cheyenne Central.
Gilbertson was getting a little bit of pressure there towards the end. I think that he just didn't move his eyes up and see Chance wide open at about the 10.
Boy, Morris was all alone. Another high snap, wide receiver screen, and Chance Morris drops another pass. They're just going to call it incomplete.
But way to be aware of maybe it being a backwards pass, so you got to get on it. But it was definitely a forward pass. So it's
2nd down and 10 now after the incompletion. And the signals come in. What good size on that D line for Cheyenne Central. 6'5", 255. You got 6'4", 240. So good size along that D line. 4 receivers in the formation. Now Garrett Way goes in motion. The toss is to Way. Way, he tries to get outside, puts his foot in the ground. He's across the 30, down the far side, across the 20, and run out of bounds at about the 15 or 14-yard line. That's going to be a big first down for the Broncs.
Boy, and Cheyenne had him bottled up, but he made one quick cut and was off to the races a little bit.
I like when they put him outside and he puts that outside foot in the ground and turns up. Boy,
it's dangerous.
It is really dangerous. He picks up positive yardage every time. It's the down stick says 4th down, but it is first down. 1st and 10 for the Broncs. This time it's Way again. Way across the 10, inside the 10, and going to be bottled up after about a 7-yard pickup on first down.
All right, now they got the down marker fixed.
Yeah, there you go.
It is 2nd down. 2nd and about 5.
Garrett Way will check out. Chance Morris back into the ball game. We have not seen Breck Reed back in the offense yet after that tackle on defense, but it looks like he's ready to go. I see him standing there with the coaches. So hopefully he is good and ready to go. Gilbertson all alone in the backfield. 3 receivers to the near side with Morris in the slot. They're going to bring Kelton Crow on a sweep. This time Gilbertson goes right up the middle. He finds a hole. He dives in. Touchdown, Sheridan.
Ty Gilbertson.
With 5:48 remaining here in the first quarter, the Broncs strike first. Good read by Gilbertson. Boy, he faked that handoff and took it right up the seam and almost went in untouched.
Yep. They finally touched him about the one, but it was too late. So nice drive by the Broncs.
7-yard touchdown run by Ty Gilbertson.
And Breck Reed is back in. He's the holder on these extra points, so he is back in the game.
And the kick is up, and it is good. With 5:48 remaining here in the first quarter, it's the Bronc 7, Cheyenne Central nothing. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM, also streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
Moss Holders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Moss Holders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Moss Holders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Moss Holders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Moss Holders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Broncs and Lady Broncs.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Risky Field here at Cheyenne Central High School. Shane and Ryan Parker alongside for the ride tonight. Beck Haswell has it teed up after the 7-yard touchdown run by Ty Gilbertson. And the kick was good, and the Broncs out in front here in the first quarter. A good long drive. They started at the 42-yard line, so a 58-yard for the Broncs, and this kick goes off the upright in the back of the end zone. What a kick by Haswell. And again, Cheyenne Central will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. But Ryan, the Broncs offensively, they can do so much with the speed that they have.
Yeah, and that's been the situation all year. I haven't seen anybody that can match their speed.
Right. So Riley Green is now in on as one of the corners, not Breck Reed. Riley Green's playing the corner on the far side. They send Brown in motion. The give is straight ahead, and that's the give to Tyler Finoff.
Boy, and Haswell was right there to meet him right as he got the handoff and just stuck him. They're going to give him just back to the line of scrimmage.
Finoff, no gain on the play. And this time, Tyrone Richards will come into the backfield. Tyrone, 33 carries, 204 yards on the year. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns, averages about 41 yards a game on the ground for Cheyenne Central. And Clement will stand in the pistol. He'll drop straight back, has a man open in the flat. That's caught by Brenchley. Brenchley will break a tackle at the 22-yard line and be driven out of bounds at about the 24-25. So it'll bring up third and 5 now for Cheyenne Central after the little 5-yard out route to Brenchley.
Crow and Rieger were out there. I think Chase, stood him up, and then Crow and Rieger came in to finish him off.
So Clement, again, in shotgun. Looks to the sideline. He'll get another signal in here. And the running back's number 42. We don't have a 42 on their roster. They give him the ball straight ahead. He bounces off one man, and he'll have enough for the first down. Boy, the Broncs did a great job. They had him stopped, but did not wrap up. Garrett Way was the initial tackler. But
he just bounced right off of Garrett there. Very uncommon.
So I'm not sure who the running back was, because we don't have a 42 on the roster for Cheyenne Central.
Wonder if they had changed numbers or something.
So Finoff is going to be in the backfield again. Clement, he'll toss to the one side, and a good read there by Harvey Freiberger. He got in the backfield and stopped for no gain on the play. We just found out that Will Pauley is number 42. So Will Pauley, he was number 20. He changed to 42 for tonight's game. So Clement will have it 2nd and 10. They're going to huddle up this time. They've been doing a little bit, huddling up some plays and then just going straight to the line of scrimmage for other plays. And it'll be Pauly in the backfield. He'll come in motion to the near side. They'll swing it out to him, and that's going to be a dropped pass. Pauly couldn't hang on. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Cheyenne Central. Nice pass by Clement. Hit Pauly right in the hands on the run, but could not bring it in.
He got his eyes upfield before he caught the ball and just couldn't corral it.
And it wouldn't have been much.
No, Kelton Crow was right there.
And along with Carson Chase, they were both right there in the vicinity.
I mean, it would have been a nice pickup. It would have been, 3rd and short, but now it's 3rd and 10. So let's see if the Broncs can get off the field and get that offense back out there.
So Clement will have Richards alongside this time, lined up to his left, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side of the formation. Clement's going to drop straight back. He's under pressure, has a man, and it's going to be James Pillavant, but he's going to be out of bounds about 3 yards shy of the first down. Let's see what they decide to do. It looks like they're going to go for it here. It's going to be 4th and 3 from the 41-yard line. They're going to see if they can get Sheridan to jump off sides, I'm sure. Sheridan will be disciplined. They look to the sideline.
Yeah, he's definitely giving him a hard count.
And now Clement's going to go way in, and now he's going to pooch, but it's blocked. Haswell comes up with it, and Broncs are going to have great field position.
But he came down like that with a rebound.
And I'm not sure if it was Haswell who got the actual block. I think it was. But the Broncs are going to take over at the 26-yard line of Cheyenne Central. So another special teams play that sets the Broncs up great with incredible field position once again.
Well, that special teams, that punt return team last week had 2 blocks. So now they're continuing it this week.
And that's a pooch punt, and the quarterback just got too close to the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Gilbertson throws corner and just overthrows Haswell. Boy, he had Chance Morris wide open, but Haswell was running a corner route and just overthrew him in the corner of the end zone. Yeah, 2nd and 10.
Gilby had 2 options right there because Morris was open right in the middle of the field.
Right when he let the ball go. So the Broncs will be 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line, looking to go up 2 scores here with 2:50 remaining in the first quarter. Broncs lead at 7-0 on the range scoreboard. 3 receivers in the formation, 3 to the far side. It's Morris, and they're going to send Chase across the formation and fake the give to Crow. Gilbertson across the 15 or the 20 down to about the 16-yard line. It's going to be close. I think he might have enough for the first down.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the spot, but he's right at the sticks.
And the referee comes up and looks, and I think he's got enough for the first down. They're going to measure. They're going to measure. So they're going to go grab the sticks and bring him in and measure this one. A good fake, boy. He let Crow really ride that down the line and then pulled it, and the defender had already committed to Crow.
It was wide open.
Yep. So Gilbertson goes over for a drink of water, and we still haven't seen Breck Reed. Boy, I'm a little bit concerned. I think Breck he's sitting over on the bench now. No helmet. Both wrists are taped up, but they might have been taped before. He's working that right shoulder.
No, even if he doesn't come back in this game, hopefully it's nothing major. And
so it will be 3rd and inches for the Broncs, just short. And the officials are having a tough time getting the chains reset. So Ryan Taylor will be the receiver on the near side of the formation. And they're in Wildcat this time with Rieger, Crow, and Way across with Gilbertson way behind him. And the snap to Crow. He'll jump across the line of scrimmage down to about the 10-yard line, and that'll be a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Broncs from the 10-yard line. A pickup, we'll call it a pickup of, 6 yards on the play? Carson Chase will come back in, and they're going to run the clock with 2:08 remaining here in the first. Broncs looking to go up 2 scores. Gilbertson has Way alongside him in that pistol formation. Now he's going to switch sides to the right side. Haswell's in the slot on the far side with Chase. They're going to bring Chase, now bring him inside. They're going to swing it out to Chase, and he'll be tackled immediately. But a good, what about a 3-4 yard gain?
I think 4.
Down to about the 6-yard line, and he was out of bounds. And it'll bring up second down and goal. Oh, they're going to say at the 7. So just a gain of 3 yards on the play. Crow back in. Actually, that's Rieger back into the ball game. And again, they're going to go Wildcat. Let's see what they do with it this time. Kelton. He calls for the snap, and he's going to hand it to Way. Way at the 10, and he'll be stood up and run out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up third and goal. The Broncs are going to have to move the ball here on third down.
And I see this sideline official here on the central sideline. He should have thrown a flag for a sideline one, but he was just trying to get everybody to move back.
And actually, they're going to mark the ball short of the 5-yard line. So it'll be, let's call it third and a long 5 or third and 6. Third and goal from the 6-yard line. Ryan Taylor shifts to the outside, and they bring Morris in motion. Gilbertson rolls, and he's going to be swarmed under at about the 10. He's going to be 58 seconds left here in the first quarter. A 27-yard field goal. You're listening to Bronc football on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM, also streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO sports cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
This is Jamie Barkell with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Risky Field. Shane Parker along with Ryan Parker here bringing you live Bronc football action. They lead at 10-0 on the range scoreboard. Beck Haswell boots this one. It skims along. He'll be picked up at the 5-yard line, and coming along the near sideline is the return man. That was Tyrone Richards on the return out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Actually, they're going to spot at the 28, I believe. So Central will start with 8 better yards of field position.
Yeah, Braxton Crow had that nice tackle as he broke a little bit of that first contain, and Braxton was there to finish him off.
So Clement has a couple men in the formation. Looks like they're not sure what they're doing. The give straight ahead, a pickup of 2 on the play, is going to be the lead back, Tyler Finoff.
I believe that was Haswell in there on the tackle.
So Finoff picks up 2 yards. And it'll bring up second down and 8 for Cheyenne Central. I'm going to have to look and see. I know Finoff didn't have very many carries coming into this game, but he has been one of the main ball carriers tonight. So second down and 7. And Clement, again, he's in the pistol. He'll bring a man across. He'll give it. And, boy, the Broncs snuffed that out. That's going to be a loss all the way back. That's going to be a 3 or 4 yard loss on the play.
He's back to like the 18.
As Nathan Branchley got swallowed up by that Bronc defense. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter with the Broncs leading Cheyenne Central 10-0 on the range scoreboard. We're going to come right back with quarter number 2. You're listening to Bronc football on 1410 KWYO 106.9 FM. Also streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
A-plus plumbers can install, remove, fix, plumb, clean, ream, put in, take out, redo, undo, and make new any of your plumbing needs. Jack and the team have experience in quality workmanship that you are wanting. If their plumbing prowess were to receive a grade, it would be A+. That's why it's in their name. A+ Plumbers is number 1 in the number 2 business, and you can reach them at 672-9454. That is 307-ORC-WILLIE. Call them today.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Risky Field here at Cheyenne Central High School. So we go to quarter number 2. The Broncs leading this thing 10-0 on the range scoreboard. And Ryan, I was looking back at the statewide stats, and Tyler Finoff had 4 carries out of the backfield for 10 yards in the first 5 games of the season. I bet he's already got 5 carries tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what the strategy is there, but either way, the Broncs are doing a good job of containing that run game.
We have not seen Campbell Smith yet tonight. Well, that's the reason. Campbell Smith had 33 carries for 170 yards. He's not in uniform tonight, and so Clement, not out of the gun this time, overthrows his receiver, and it's going to be 4th down, 4th and long for the Broncs. Haswell again putting pressure on Clement, but the ball well overthrown out of bounds, and it'll be 4th down. Clement actually went from under center on that snap. That was the first time all night he'd been under center.
Yeah, and I guess we should have noticed that earlier, but yeah, their leading rusher, that Campbell Smith, he's in street clothes on the sideline.
So that's why the Finoff youngster is in the ball game, running the ball tonight for the Indians. And the punter again is Davis. He gets a decent punt off. Chase from the 35. He's going to come around. He'll make one man miss at the 40, and now a block in the back right at the 40-yard line. 2 flags laying there. Yep. And so the Broncs are going to get penalized. It'll move them back to about their own 30-yard line. Maybe inside the 30, wherever they marked this off from. But Chase, he got that ball on the far side of the field, reversed pivot, came all the way back to the near side, and that's usually when you see those blocks in the
right
back.
That was a good punt by Central.
So that ball is going to be actually back inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. That's where the Broncs will take over. So Gilbertson will have Garrett Way alongside him in the backfield. Andrew Stewart now in one of the receiver spots with Ryan Taylor, and 2 receivers on the far side. That's Haswell, and I think Carson Chase. Stewart goes across the formation. The give straight ahead. Actually, it's a fake to Way, and Gilbertson's going to fall forward and be tackled. Maybe no gain on the play.
Yeah, I think they're marking him right at the line of scrimmage. We've seen that play 2, 3, maybe 4 times already tonight here in the first half.
And they're just setting stuff. When they're running that play, they're setting up other things. So I think they might have moved the ball closer to the 29-yard line, but we'll call it 2nd down and 9 from the 29-yard line. Gilbertson, again, dropping straight back, looking downfield, and has a man. It's incomplete. He was looking there for Gage Rogers, who had come into the ball game.
Threw a little bit behind him. He had to reach back, and that was definitely a ball that could have been picked off.
3rd down and 10 now for the Broncs. Gilbertson looking to the sideline. He'll have Riley Green and Haswell as receivers on the far side. Stewart and Ryan Taylor to the near side. We have not seen Crow yet this offensive series. Gilbertson drops straight back, looking downfield, and that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage and falls short, and the Broncs are going to have to punt. Not a great. That might be the worst offensive series the Broncs have had all year long.
I was going to say that was not Bronc football right there.
Just no ball movement at all. Now they've moved the ball all the way back to the 28-yard line. The ball was almost at the 29 on the last snap.
So this is something we haven't seen much this year, is the Broncs punt team.
And now Gilbertson's going to have to come on and do the punting. Breck Reed had been punting most of the year. And Gilbertson is on to punt. He's standing at the 19-yard line. Good snap. And Gilbertson gets the good kick away, and it will be returnable from the 40. It's Brenchley. And a big flag comes in, and he'll be driven back to about the 35.
Boy, I don't know if that was a blindside block or a block in the back or what, but Gage Rogers just got laid out.
He got lit up.
But he's up. He's walking off.
Yep.
But I think this is going against Central.
I think it is, too. That was definitely a blindside block. Yep. They did call the blindside block. That's a 15-yarder, too. So that's a 15-yarder. And that actually should go from the end of the run, not where it happened, because that's –
Yeah, I think that's where the referee was correct in that.
So the Cheyenne Central will have the ball at the 26-yard line. So Cheyenne Central takes over 1st and 10 at the 26 with 10:51 remaining here in the first half. The Broncs leading 10-0 on the range scoreboard. Clement, 3 receivers in the formation. He'll bring a guy across. Fake the give. Now the give to the back in the backfield. That's Rogers, and he gets swallowed up for about a 4 or 5 yard loss all the way back to the 21-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah, Beck Haswell did a good job of just staying contained, and that running back ran right into his arms.
So Tyrone Richards, he has 33 carries on the air for 204 yards, 3 touchdowns. And now Pauly will come into the ball game as well in the backfield. And Central's going to send 4 receivers into the formation, 3 to the far side. And Clement, he drops straight back, and he's under pressure, and he just throws it in the. That's going to be intentional grounding.
They're going to talk about it, but I guarantee you they're going to drop the flag
because that guy is. There it is. Because that is not an eligible receiver. Number 75 is not an eligible receiver.
What great pressure by the Bronx defensive line.
Clement he took that snap at about the 15-yard line, and he threw it away at about the 1 at the feet of an offensive lineman.
And that comes with a loss of down, too.
Yep. And so he threw that ball from about maybe inside the 5-yard line.
Yep, it's from where he threw it, so it'll be half the distance.
Half the distance. Wow, so now it's going to be 3rd down and about 30. They're at the 3-yard line, and they've got to get to the 36. So 3rd down and 33.
I think here you just bring the house.
And now I think we're going to get a timeout called by Cheyenne Central. They want timeout. Bronx lead at 10-0 on the range scoreboard. We're 9:55 left here in the first half. We're going to take a break as well. We're back with more Bronx football on 1410 KWYO 106.9 FM.
First Federal Bank and Trust presents the final Dining for a Cause of the year at Frackleton's on Wednesday, October 16th from 4 to 9 p.m.
We're supporting the Sheridan College Foundation with scholarships for Sheridan College veteran students.
Frackleton's will donate all restaurant sales and tips, plus First Federal Bank and Trust and the Keeney Foundation will provide an additional match of up to $10,000 each.
This will be an exciting Dining for a Cause on Wednesday, October 16th from 4 to 9 p.m. with proceeds benefiting the Sheridan College Foundation.
Dining for a Cause, presented by Frackleton's and
First Federal Bank and Trust.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Risky Field. Well, Cheyenne Central needed a timeout. They've got it 3rd down and 33 from their own 3-yard line after the intentional grounding call by the quarterback Clement.
Yeah,
the Bronx defense had just chased him clear back to the end zone, basically.
I was just going to say, he fielded that punt at about the 40, and now they're on the 2.5, 3-yard line. So Cheyenne has definitely been going in the wrong direction.
And the give is to Rogers. Rogers across the 4, about to the 4-yard line maybe. Well, it looked like he was going to get a little bit more, but the Bronx defense just shut that down.
Good job there on the outside, forcing him back inside where the linebackers could just take care of him.
So Rogers, no gain on the play, and it will be 4th and 33. The punter is going to have to – he'll be standing in the back of his own end zone.
Chase and Green are back deep to receive the punt.
One thing I think we're noticing is this Cheyenne Central team is very physical. Boy, bad snap. Punter is able to get it away, and it's over the head of Chase. It'll bounce. He'll grab it at the 44-yard line, make one man miss. He goes back around the far sideline and be run out of bounds at about the 36-yard line of Cheyenne Central. Not a great return, but good enough to put the Broncs in good field position.
Carson put that ball on the ground.
Yeah, it hit him on the fly.
And he picked it up, and then if he catches that clean, it might have been a different story, but it messed up his timing.
So the Broncs take over with 8:59 left here in the first half, leading this thing 10-0 on the range scoreboard. But this Central team is very physical.
Yeah, they've got some big guys there in the trenches.
Gilbertson has a man, brings Carson Chase in the formation across. And actually, this time it's going to be Blaine Phillips. Blaine, he'll go down the far sideline. A flag comes in from behind, but Blaine's going to be run out of bounds. And we see that every now and then, but that's going to come in the area of holding, probably on the Broncs. Out there on that far edge, on the left edge.
I said Gilbertson coming back in now.
Yeah, so it is holding. And I need to apologize. I've been calling Rudy Green Riley Green all night. It's Rudy Green is number 11.
Yes.
So, Rudy Green. Gage Rogers back in the ball game for the Broncs. He'll be the receiver on the outside on the far side. 3 receivers to the near side. And Crow lined up in the backfield with Gilbertson. 1st and 20. And it's Rieger in the backfield with Gilbertson. Gilbertson, he rolls out, coming to the near side, finds Carson Chase, and Carson's going to be thrown out of bounds. He'll have forward progress to about the 45-yard line, but that's only a 1-yard gain. Actually, they're going to say no gain on the play, but I know he had forward progress, but the official marks him short, no gain on the play. And this Bronc offense here in the second quarter is pretty much they haven't done much.
No, not at all. I would expect a few more passes down the field instead of outside to the sidelines.
Gilbertson again. Here's a screen pass. It's to Crow. He's wide open, got blockers in front. Crow makes a man miss. He's at the 20, the 15, and tackled inside the 15 at about the 11-yard line. Great screen play. Good call by the coaches. Boy, the Central defensive line have been real aggressive. They just let him go, and Crow was standing all alone.
Ty had to do a nice job of getting it up and over those linemen.
Yeah, the big old linemen
but
had their hands up.
Crow was wide open, and he had a couple blockers out in front of him as well.
So 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Actually, it looks like it might be 1st and goal. The ball's touching the 10-yard line, so it is 1st and goal. Gilbertson with Garrett Way on one side and Crow on the other. They're going to bring Morris in motion. High snap. Give it to Way. Way has a blocker, and he'll be brought down from the backside.
He lost his footing.
Yeah, I think so.
He planted that outside leg to cut back inside, and he kind of just lost his footing on there.
So a gain of about 2 on the play. So 2nd and goal from the 8 for the Broncs. They've pretty much controlled this first half, but only 10 points on the scoreboard. Big pass play from Gilbertson to Crow on the screen pass. Sets him up with goal to go. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 8. Gilbertson looking in the corner. Has a man, and it's off the hands of Haswell and out of bounds.
And then
Chance
Morris was in the back of the end zone and almost came down with it after Haswell tipped it.
But now it'll bring up 3rd and goal for the Broncs. The Broncs have kind of gone away from their bread and butter here in the second quarter. They are not running the ball. So Garrett Way now in the backfield with Gilbertson. Crow in the fullback position. 3 receivers in the formation. Gage Rogers to the near side. Now they're going to bring Chance Morris across. And, yep, there's a flag on the Broncs, and that's going to be illegal motion because Chance Morris, he took off towards the line of scrimmage before the snap of the ball, so that'll back the Broncs up.
Very uncharacter-like penalties tonight.
Yep. Chance Morris went.
Yep, he turned upfield before the ball was snapped.
Motion. That's a 5-yard penalty. So it'll be 3rd and goal for the Broncs now from outside the 10. Boy, the referees they've had a tough time lining things up tonight. So
they couldn't decide what hash mark to put it on.
So they're going to put the ball on the right hash at the 13-yard line. So 3rd and goal from the 13 for the Broncs. And the give, now the reverse, now back to Gilbertson, and all alone in the end zone is Haswell. Touchdown, Broncs! They got a little razzle-dazzle that time. And the Sheridan coaches who are in the booth next to us are really happy about that one.
There was no one near Haswell. Boy.
If you saw that on SheridanMedia.com's live stream, you saw the give to
Way.
To Crow. Crow pitched it to Morris, who then handed it back to Gilbertson, and Gilbertson then throws it to Haswell in the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, you always want the quarterback to be the one throwing the ball.
So a 13-yard touchdown pass at the 7:09 mark to Haswell, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. With 7:09 remaining here in the first half, it's the Broncs 17, Cheyenne Central nothing. We'll take a timeout, be back with more football right after this.
Your kids are grown and out of the house, but now your aging parents are needing some help. Does this sound familiar? Hi, this is Mandolin Meyer with Hospital Pharmacy West. Keeping track of medications can be confusing. Dosage, frequency, and what about that new prescription? At Hospital Pharmacy West, we'll answer your questions and help you keep it all straight. Visit your hometown pharmacist at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hometown pharmacy, hometown care at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Well, 17-0 here on the range scoreboard after the 13-yard touchdown pass from Gilbertson to Beck Haswell. And the kick was good. And the Broncs lead this thing 17-0 over Cheyenne Central. 7:09 remaining here in the first half. And the Broncs finally got a little bit going there on that drive. And Haswell has it booted up, and this one's going to be kicked and returnable from the 2-yard line. It's Rogers. Rogers comes to the near side, breaks a tackle, outside across the 20 and taken down at about the 22-yard line. 23 maybe is where they'll spot him down.
Blaine Phillips made the tackle on that kickoff return.
But a good return by Rogers. Actually, that's Richards, Tyrone Richards on the return. And they'll mark him at the 23-yard line. So Central will take over, looking for their first points here. And Clement will bring his offense out on the field for Mike Apodaca and the Indians. Apodaca's in his 7th season as head coach here at Cheyenne Central. He's got a 31-36 record.
But we've got Andrew Stewart and Andrew Adams both in the game on defense right now.
And a good tackle by Garrett Way. Boy, that was the running back, Pauly. He got about 2 yards out to the 25-yard line, but Way came up from that linebacker spot and made a great tackle. There was a lot of green grass for Pauly if he didn't make that tackle there. And a lot of subs in and out for Cheyenne Central. Again, They've had 16 players on this team with at least one catch on the season. Now Clement with two receivers to the far side. And he'll drop back, and the pitch and catch made for a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7.
Good job by Andrew Adams out there to just wrap up and make that tackle.
So the Broncs trying to get a lot of other guys in the game here, especially on defense. None of the starters are in the secondary right now. Rudy Green, Ryan Taylor. I see Andrew Stewart and Andrew Adams in the secondary for the Broncs. So Clement, boy, they've taken forever to get this play called.
And Blaine Phillips is in at the linebacker position as well.
And we're going to have a timeout by Cheyenne Central because they couldn't get the play called. So that's the second timeout of the half. 5:32 remaining here in the first half. The Broncs leading 17-0 on the range scoreboard. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more football right after this.
Hi, this is Nicole Christensen with First Bank of Wyoming. Our team is always looking for ways to make a positive impact and invest in the communities we serve. Whether it's through volunteering with nonprofits, serving on local boards, or sponsoring organizations and events throughout the area, we are committed to helping our local communities and making a difference. Last year alone, First Bank of Wyoming employees volunteered over 1,000 hours to organizations in our branch areas. We believe that we can create real change and make a lasting impact. First Bank of Wyoming, Division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Risky Field. We've got about 5.5 minutes left here in the first half. The Broncs getting after Cheyenne Central. 3rd and 6, we'll call it, for the Indians from their own 27-yard line, we'll call it. Maybe the 26. They've got to get to the 33-yard line. And they're going to send a man in motion. And they're going to swing it out to Rogers, and he drops the pass. Drops the pass. They're going to call it incomplete. Keegan Rager actually picked that ball up and was running for a touchdown, but they did call it incomplete. So Central's going to have to probably bring on the punt team, I would imagine.
Okay. Well, the sideline official over here was marking it, and then the referee, the white hat, had to come in and ask him, hey, what's the deal?
Right.
Because he definitely dropped the ball. And then he did signal incomplete pass.
So that'll bring Davis on to do the punting for Central. And the Broncs are going to get the ball back here with more than 5 minutes. Punt is away, and the punt is a good one. And it'll be Rudy Green. He's across the 40. The 30s down the far sideline and steps out of bounds. Boy, he just couldn't keep his. And he is, he's another quick guy, but there is a flag back at the 39-yard line. Boy, the Broncs flags have just killed him tonight. A great return by Rudy Green. And he's another one of those speedsters.
And here's some scores coming in. Number 5, Kelly Walsh leads Cheyenne East 14-7 in the first quarter. Natrona's leading Laramie 7-3, and Thunder Basin is leading Rock Springs 13-0. And I think we mentioned earlier that Campbell County wins via forfeit over Cheyenne South.
So the Broncs are going to be backed up right about the 20, probably the 29, 28-yard line. So let's see. They're going to spot the ball. Nope. It looks like it's going to be at the 31. No, it will be the 28-yard line. Okay. So 1st and 10 from the 28. The Broncs have 5 minutes and 10 seconds to move the ball down the field. They're going to move Ryan Taylor to the outside on the near side. 3 receivers to the outside. The give straight ahead. And that'll be a gain of 2 out to the 30-yard line, just across the 30. That's Kelton Crow with the carry. See, wiggles his way Oh, the down marker just cannot get things figured out. Out to the 31. We'll give him 3 yards there on first down. 2nd and 7. And another quick snap. Quick pass out to Carson Chase. Carson gets to the outside. He'll have enough for the first down and run out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. So the Broncs will move the chains and stop the clock with 4:34 to go here in the first half. 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Almost like a little bubble screen out there to the left.
Chase, Morris, and Haswell to the near side. Taylor to the far side. And the Broncs are picking up the tempo. Oh, that's a backwards pass. Morris, he'll have to use his speed. Got down the near sideline. He's in Central territory. Had one man to beat and got tackled inside. But there's another yellow hanky on the field at the Bronc
46.
Between the 46 and 47-yard line. So that one's going to come back. A block. I'm sure it's a block in the back.
Or a hold.
A hold on the Broncs.
Yep.
So it'll bring up 1st and about 15 after they step that one off. We'll call it 1st and 16 all the way back to the 36-yard line. The Broncs keep shooting themselves in the foot. A lot of penalties on the white team here this first half. And Central showing blitz. Now the Broncs stand up, get the signals in. 4:23 remaining here in the first half. Gilbertson, he'll call for the ball. And the give straight ahead to Crow. Crow into the meat of that defensive line. He'll pick up a couple, maybe one. Yeah, they're going to just mark his forward progress out to the 37-yard line. The Broncs have done their most damage tonight on the edge.
Yep.
And
a couple big plays over the middle. That one to Crow, that screen pass picked up a lot of yards, but mostly going around the outside.
So 2nd and long now for the Broncs. 2nd and 14, we'll call it. 2nd and 15. And a pass is going to be out, and was that incomplete to Ryan Taylor. Oh, no, they're going to say he did catch that ball.
Not a very good pass by Gilby. Or are they going to call it incomplete?
Call it incomplete.
Okay.
Happened right along the sideline and right in front of the Cheyenne
I know
Central.
Ryan Taylor had to kind of lay out for it, so must just not have been able to corral it.
So 3rd and long again for the Broncs. Crow, the lone back with Gilbertson. He drops straight back, looks to the sideline. That's Taylor, and he looked upfield first, and the Broncs are going to have to punt.
Yep, right through his hands and off his face mask.
Boy, the offense at times tonight has looked very inept.
I'm sure they're going to get a nice talking to at halftime.
So we'll give the ball back to Cheyenne Central with 3:36 remaining here in the first half. Gilbertson will do the honors. And it's a good snap, and Gilbertson gets the ball away. It's a high end-over-ender, and the return man calls for a fair catch. Oh, my God. You can't call that. Boy, our return team, or our kick team, just barely bumped the receiver.
After he caught
the ball, and now they're going to.
I think that was on Keegan Rager. They're going to talk about it.
He didn't tackle him. He just barely bumped him on the shoulder well after he'd caught the ball. That's not a penalty.
Just momentum.
That's the worst call I've seen all year.
Wow.
That is absolutely terrible. He had already caught the ball and then was bumped into. He'd called for a fair catch. We didn't interfere with the catch.
Wow.
So Cheyenne Central will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. So the Bronc defense is going to have to step up here. They're going to bring a man in motion. The give straight ahead to Pauly. Pauly falls forward, he'll pick up 4 or 5 on first down. Actually, that was Finoff, the ball carrier.
And and you haven't seen Cheyenne Central try to put one up over the top yet.
No.
So, the Broncs always got to keep that in the back of their head.
Finoff comes off after the carry. Pauly will be back on the field, along with Tate Berry. Tate Berry has 6 catches on the year for 169 yards and 3 touchdowns, almost 34 yards a catch this year. So you got to be aware of him on the field for sure. Also, James Pillavant out here. And Clement throws the ball middle of the field, and there was, I guess, a receiver in the area as the receiver, Cade Brown, was downfield. But that'll be now 3rd and 6 for Central. Harvey Freiberger and Haswell putting pressure on Clement.
Yeah, he retreated maybe like 20 yards back under the pressure of those two.
Now Clement gets the call from the sideline. Ball's going to be on the near hash as we look across the field. Cheyenne Central going from right to left across your radio dial. 2 receivers to the outside, and the fake. Clement's going to roll, look downfield, have a man, and that's Tate Berry, the tight end, and he's going to be well into Bronc territory, down about the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 for Cheyenne Central. Got Clement out into space, and he was able to pick apart that defense. So
good patience shown by Clement that time.
2:25 and counting left here in the first half. 17-0 Broncs on the Rage scoreboard.
Let's see if the Broncs can hold and get the ball back and maybe steal a possession and a score, because they will receive the second half kickoff.
Clement drops straight back. The pressure comes. The pass is caught. That's going to be Cade Brown on the outside, and he'll pick up, he'll pick up 3 or 4. Actually, no, that just 1 yard on the reception. And quickly, Cheyenne Central back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 9. Rogers in the backfield with Clement. 4 receivers. Rogers switches spots, and they fake it to him. Harvey Freiberger is going to chase, and this one's going to be thrown in the direction of the receiver, Jack DeMona.
And that receiver is not happy with the quarterback. He's still chirping at him a little bit.
So Jack DeMona, the tight end, 6'2", 200 pounds. So 3rd and 9 now for Central. They're probably in 4-down territory with 1:33 left. We saw their kicker in the warm-ups, and he hit the crossbar from 60 yards.
Right. Yep, he put one right at midfield.
But that was going with the wind, too.
Yeah, it was wind-aided for sure.
So Clement now with Pauly. He'll send a guy across the formation, and nothing doing there. Boy, Bridger Peldo just buried him in the backfield.
Great job by Haswell getting there first, and Bridger Peldo just came in.
Actually, that's Sam Huffman.
Oh, was that Huffman?
Huffman came from the backside and buried him. Rogers on the backside there. So 4th and long now for Central, and I'm sure they're gonna go for this.
They're probably gonna use as much clock. I think that they've got 1 timeout left.
They do have 1 timeout left
if they wanted to use it.
And the head coach is standing right next to the official. They're gonna let that thing count down. So Cheyenne Central is gonna take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 51 seconds. Actually, it's still counting down. 45 seconds left here in the first half. We'll take a timeout as well. We're back with the finish of this first half. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWIO, 106.9 FM.
Listed for $1.2 million, 73 Prairie Drive can be a single-family home or an extended family home. Fabulous mountain and city views surround the 6-bedroom, 6-bath home. There's a very spacious in-law suite with 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and a kitchen, plus a separate entrance. The main living has a large chef's kitchen and master suite retreat. Call me, Christy Kinghorn, with Buffalo Realty, ERA powered, online at buffalorealtyllc.com.
Hello, this is Michelle Manival from the Sports Stop and Foot of the Bighorns, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Risky Field here at Cheyenne Central High School. 17-0 Sheridan with that lead here on homecoming night for Cheyenne Central. The Broncs in their all-new white uniforms with the gold helmets and the blue Bronc logo. Cheyenne Central wearing all black with white numerals, red helmets tonight. 4th and 14 for Central. 45 seconds left. Clement in the gun. And he jumps back and pooches this one, and it's blocked again. And coming on the backside of that one is Keegan Rager. He'll pick that up, and the Broncs will have the ball right about the 40-yard line. I think the 39 is where they're going to place it. But another, I don't know if that was just a bad play. It looked like maybe somebody got a piece of it because it didn't go very far.
It didn't go far. Right behind the linebackers. Well, and Rieger's a linebacker,
right.
So
the Broncs take over with 40 seconds left here in the first half.
Let's see what they're going to do.
4 receivers in the formation, and I'm sure they're going to be aggressive. Outlet pass to Andrew Stewart. Stewart trying to get to the out of bounds, and he does. A pickup out across the 40 to the 41 or 42-yard line. And so they stop the clock with 34 seconds. They're going to say the 43-yard line. And this time, Gilbertson rolls. He rolls, and this one's going to be incomplete as he was rolling to the far side.
Looking for Stewart again over there.
And it'll bring up 3rd and about 1 after the incompletion. They marked that ball well over the 40 to the 43-yard line on that first completion. So actually that's the
43.
The 43-yard line. So on 3rd and 1 with 30 seconds left. Broncs still have all their timeouts too. Gilbertson drops straight back, looking downfield, has a man in the middle. It's Haswell. Haswell with the catch inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 24 seconds, and they'll have to set the chains. And I think the Broncs want a timeout.
Yep.
And so Sheridan will take a timeout with 24 seconds left. We'll come back with the rest of this first half. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO 106.9 FM.
Looking to learn something new or pursue a passion? Sheridan College offers 8-week community interest classes in both Buffalo and Sheridan. Whether it's golf for beginners, learning software, cooking, or film series, we offer once-per-week fun courses designed for everyone. No experience needed. Explore new skills, meet like-minded people, and enrich your life right here in town. Find out more at sheridan.edu/community or call 675-0500. Learn something new at Sheridan College.
I'm Doug Hockett with Stiefel Investments, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back. Shane Parker and Ryan Parker bringing you live Bronc action football tonight. As the Broncs have it 1st and 10 at the Central 35-yard line with 24 seconds left here in the first half. They lead at 17-0 on the range scoreboard. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 here to the near side. That's Gage Rogers. The blocking back will be Crow. Gilbertson takes it, and he's looking to get away and has a man out there. And the pass falls incomplete, looking for Chase. But he was under duress from the backside.
I was going to say, good pressure by Central on that play, and Gilbertson just had to rush that throw.
So 2nd down and 10 with 19 seconds left here in the half. Broncs looking to tack on, at least try to get into field goal range. They've got 2 timeouts left. They look to the sideline. And Central's gone to a 3-man front here and putting more defensive backs in. This might be a time to run the ball a little bit.
You bet. Let's see if we can catch them off guard.
Gilbertson drops straight back, looking downfield, has a man, and it's overthrown right through the hands of the defender, too. Boy, Cheyenne Central with a marvelous chance. That was Jackson Boyd, went right through his hands. And it'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Broncs from the 35-yard line.
And we've got 14 seconds left on the clock. So they can go middle of the field, try to pick up some yards to get into field goal range because they do still have timeouts.
Gilbertson, the snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield, has a man. That's Andrew Stewart at the 10, trying to get outside, breaks a tackle, and the Broncs call timeout with 4 seconds left. What a great catch by Andrew Stewart. And the Broncs are going to be 1st and goal at the 8. And let's see what it looks like they're going to try to kick the field goal from here. 4 seconds left. They want points. So the Broncs are going to take the timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Well, like I just said, when they stopped Central, they were hoping to steal a possession, and if they can get some points out of this,
they get the ball to start the second
that.
half. Yep. And there's a injury on the field as the Central player is down on his back at about the 3-yard line. So the Broncs looking to add points here. They've been a little bit tough to come by here in the first half compared to what we've seen in the last couple of weeks.
I was going to say, maybe we're just not used to seeing this slow of an offense by the Broncs. But either way, the defense is playing good.
And Ty Gilbertson is really done a nice job. He's thrown the ball more times tonight than I think he has in any game so far this year. But he's done a nice job. Boy, that was a great throw and catch by Andrew Stewart there to get the Broncs in field goal range at about I think they're marking it at the 8-yard line. Other scores coming in from 4A.
Let's see. Kelly Walsh is up 20-7 at Cheyenne East, just across town. Or
no, that's in Casper.
Okay, they have that written down there wrong. And then Natrona's up 14-3 over Laramie. Thunder Basin is up on Rock Springs 13-6. And we already talked about Campbell County winning. And then, of course, Buffalo, number 3 Buffalo, our neighbors to the south there, are winning 12-0 over number 5 Riverton.
And again, Moorcroft at Bighorn was canceled today. Something happened in Moorcroft, and all we got notice was that due to an unfortunate incident in Moorcroft, they had to cancel their football game today. And, of course, the Tongue River Upton Sundance game has been postponed due to the elk fire. I mean, the Tongue River students haven't been in class all week long. I guess they were there maybe Monday and part of Tuesday, but they weren't able to practice much. A lot of distractions. You got big old tanker planes and helicopters flying over the football field. A lot of smoke. Not a good situation for those kids to be outside. So they just called off everything for this week.
And a smart move.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And again, our thoughts and prayers are with all those people in the Dayton community and everyone affected by this just disastrous fire going on in the Bighorn Mountains. And
that was Tate Berry that's walking off the field under his own power, so that's good to see.
He's their big tight end. He had 6 catches for 169 yards coming in, but he was also one of their defensive backs. Here's the field goal attempt, and it is up, and it is good at the buzzer. So Gilbertson, they spotted that ball down at that was a 25-yard field goal? I think we'll call it a 25-yard field goal to end the half. So the Broncs lead this thing 20-0. As we go to halftime, they will have the ball in the second half. When we come back, James Timberlake will join you. He will have the Powderhorn halftime show and bring you updates all across the state of Wyoming from high school sports. He'll also talk about Broncos and Cowboys as well. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Ready to get in the game? Sign-ups for Sheridan Rec District 6th grade girls basketball are now open. This program is a fantastic opportunity to introduce your 6th grader to junior high athletics. Participants will compete against each other while learning the fundamentals of the game, all in a fun and supportive environment. Register now through October 4th online at SheridanRecreation.com and click on the Programs tab, or stop by the Sheridan Rec District office at Thornrider Park or call 674-6421.
For most people, buying or selling a home is the biggest financial decision they will have to make. So why not match this life event with expert care to create the best possible outcome? Hi, this is Jill Bates with the Bates team at Best, and our mission has always been to bring above and beyond service from start to finish.
And this is Colton Bates. We know that with your home sale or purchase, every day and every dollar that goes by is important to you, and that's why every single detail is important to us.
So whatever step of your real estate journey you're now on, we know it's a big deal, and we're here to bring you the value you deserve.
So give us a call at 675-BEST and visit bestwi.net today.
Proudly brokered by EXP. Wyoming corporate office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming corporate office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Hi, this
It's time for the Powderhorn Halftime Show with James Timberlake. James will be back with scores from around the state, upcoming Sheridan County sporting activities, and what's happening with your Wyoming Cowboys and Denver Broncos after this. From your halftime show sponsor, the Powderhorn.
The Powderhorn is proud to be a Sheridan Bronc supporter. With 27 holes of championship golf, tennis courts, swimming pools, a fitness center, and many social activities, the Powderhorn Golf community offers excellent real estate and membership options for you and your family. This is your invitation to start experiencing the Powderhorn today. To learn more about real estate and club membership opportunities, please call us at 674-9545 or email sales@thepowderhorn.com.
Hi, this is Brent Wolf with Sheridan Motors, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
We have hit halftime between the Sheridan Broncs and the Cheyenne Central Indians. The Broncs leading 20-0. Welcome to the Bronc Halftime Show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, James Timberlake. We're presented here today by the Powderhorn. I will get you an updated schedule of what is to come this weekend, locally in sports action, as well as the weekend schedule for regional action. But first, let's take a look at the other football scores from around the rest of the state of Wyoming. Starting in the 4A, we had the rare forfeit at this level of high school football with Cheyenne South forfeiting their game against Campbell County this weekend. It was supposed to kick off today, obviously, but Cheyenne South forfeited it this week due to the number of injuries limiting player availability. So Campbell County will pick up the victory there. Cheyenne East, this is actually one of the surprising ones. We'll see if this one holds. But as of right now, Cheyenne East trailing to Kelly Walsh on the road at Kelly Walsh in Casper. It's at the half right now. Kelly Walsh leading 20-14 in that game. That would be a pretty big upset if that was to hold. But as of right now, at halftime, Kelly Walsh leading that one 20-14. All of these games are at halftime right now. They all kicked off at the same time this week. Natrona is leading Laramie 20-3. That one's also going on in Casper. And Thunder Basin, they're on the road taking on Rock Springs. And Thunder Basin's leading that one 21-6. That one's at the half as well. Locally in 2A action, you probably heard Shane say this just right before we came back to the halftime show here, but the Bighorn Rams, they got a victory in the easiest way conceivable. They picked up a forfeit victory over Moorcroft. It is disappointing, as it was the scheduled homecoming game for the Rams. However, if you're the Rams, you'll take the victory any way you can get them, so they get a victory there. And Tongue River also, unfortunately, had to forfeit their matchup against Upton Sundance this weekend due to the ongoing elk fire out near the Dayton and Tongue River area. Obviously, all our thoughts are with the people out there in that Dayton area and the Tongue River community in general with that fire still going on. Switching over to the rest of the local schedule, let's start with volleyball. They had only one game this week, and they're taking on Thunder Basin actually right now. They had a little bit of a later start. They were supposed to get going at about 6:30, but they had a little bit of a later start, so they're actually currently ongoing, and Kevin Coyle will be keeping you up to date over on the Sheridan Media Facebook page and over on SheridanMedia.com as we get scores from that. He is at that event right now. Bighorn will be at home tomorrow. Bighorn Volleyball will be at home tomorrow, taking on Sundance. First serve is scheduled for 1 p.m. In cross country, the Sheridan team ran yesterday in Sturgis, South Dakota. The boys placed first in the team standings, while the girls finished second. And in Bighorn cross country, they will race tomorrow on the road at Wright, racing in Wright. Varsity races are set to get underway at noon. In girls swimming and diving, the Lady Broncs are hosting their final home meet tonight, and then tomorrow they will be back on the road competing in the Kelly Walsh Invitational in Casper, with first events set to get underway at 9 a.m. And finally, wrapping up the local schedule, the Sheridan Hawks will be at home tonight and tomorrow. They're taking on the Great Falls Americans in both of those games. The puck is set to drop at 7:30 p.m. in both of those matchups, so just about 10 minutes away from puck drop tonight for the Sheridan Hawks at home, and then tomorrow at 7:30 as well at the M&M Center, Sheridan Ice M&M Center. That's a look at the local schedule for this weekend. We're going to take a really quick break, and we'll come back and check out the regional schedule. You're listening to the Bronc Halftime Report, presented by the Powderhorn.
The Powderhorn is proud to be a Sheridan Bronc supporter. With 27 holes of championship golf, tennis courts, swimming pools, a fitness center, and many social activities, the Powderhorn Golf Community offers excellent real estate and membership options for you and your family. This is your invitation to start experiencing the Powderhorn today. To learn more about real estate and club membership opportunities, please call us at 674-9545 or email sales@thepowderhorn.com.
Ready to get in the game? Sign-ups for Sheridan Rec District 6th grade girls basketball are now open. This program is a fantastic opportunity to introduce your 6th grader to junior high athletics. Participants will compete against each other while learning the fundamentals of the game, all in a fun and supportive environment. Register now through October 4th online at SheridanRecreation.com and click on the Programs tab, or stop by the Sheridan Rec District office at Thornrider Park or call 674-6421.
For most people, buying or selling a home is the biggest financial decision they will have to make. So why not match this life event with expert care to create the best possible outcome? Hi, this is Jill Bates with the Bates team at Best, and our mission has always been to bring above and beyond service from start to finish.
And this is Colton Bates. We know that with your home sale or purchase, every day and every dollar that goes by is important to you, and that's why every single detail is important to us.
So whatever step of your real estate journey you're now on, we know it's a big deal, and we're here to bring you the value you deserve.
So give us a call at 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net today.
Proudly brokered by EXP.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to the Bronc Halftime Report, presented by the Powderhorn. Ladies and gentlemen, how about that? The Cowboys, they pulled off a victory last weekend. They took down the Air Force Falcons 31-19 last Saturday for the first win of the season for the Pokes. This game was a quintessential example of a tale of two halves. The Cowboys went into the locker room at halftime down 13-7, having only 61 rushing yards and 50 yards passing, while having given up 131 yards on the ground and 84 yards through the air against the Falcons. After halftime, though, every aspect of the Cowboys team was better. Their defense held Air Force to 74 yards on the ground and 31 yards through the air. The running game woke up with 112 yards in the second half, and quarterback Evan Svoboda, I have so much trouble with that name, ladies and gentlemen, I can't even tell you. Evan Svoboda had his best game throwing the ball, passing for 115 yards in the second half and finishing 15 for 21 with 165 yards. Probably the biggest difference with the changing of the half was the time of possession. When you're playing Air Force, and it's been said a billion times, you have to control the time of possession. The Falcons love to run the football and slow the game down to a crawl and limit opponents' offensive possessions. Air Force was controlling the time of possession in the first half. However, the Cowboys completely dominated the second half in time of possession, having the ball for 11 minutes and 9 seconds in the third quarter and 10 minutes and 30 seconds in the fourth quarter, having the ball on offense for a total of 22 minutes and 7 seconds in the second half to Air Force's just 8 minutes and 21 seconds. That's the story of the game right there. You'll win just about every single game if you can control the time of possession like that, but especially against an Air Force team that is known or is not known for a quick strike offense. So the Cowboys have their first win of the season. They will get an extra week to try to win their next one with a bye this weekend, and then they'll take on San Diego State next Saturday, and I'll have a preview of that one for you next weekend. As for the Broncos, they played in maybe the worst game I've ever had to watch this past weekend. It was awful. They beat the Jets 10-9. It was an ugly day at MetLife Stadium with some bad weather and bad football. The weather wasn't really bad enough that you could point to it as the primary reason for the poor offensive play. It only rained about a third of an inch, and the wind was only blowing about 10 miles per hour. But boy, were those offenses playing like they were standing in the middle of a 60-mile-per-hour blizzard. That's what it looked like out there. The Broncos did win, but there was practically nobody who was good on offense, to be honest with you. The whole thing can be highlighted by this one stat. This will be your stat of the day. Bo Nix, quarterback for the Broncos, entered halftime in that game with 7 completions on 15 attempts for -7 yards. He went into halftime, 7 completions for -7 yards. And it's not like there was one big negative play that negated a lot of the good passing offense. No. Here is your receiving leaders in the first half. Troy Franklin, 2 catches for -2 yards. Tyler Batty, 2 catches for -4 yards. Nate Adkins and Jaleel McLaughlin both had 1 catch for 0 yards. And Javonte Williams had 1 catch for -1 yard. Truly incredible. Here's another encore stat of the day, double stats of the day. This is from Next Gen Stats. Bo Nix became the first quarterback in the Super Bowl era to win a game in which he averaged fewer than 2.5 yards per pass attempt. Just truly an unbelievable win and game, but kind of like in the worst way possible. Still a gutsy performance from the Broncos. Well done to win that game, but again, kind of in the worst way possible, especially offensively. There is a positive, though. If you're Broncos fans and if you're the Broncos, the positive is this. That defense does look pretty legit. They played very well. They were very, very good against the Jets, especially the pass rush. They finished with 5 sacks on 14 pressures. The second most sacks of the entire week. After 4 weeks, they have the best pass defense in terms of EPA per pass. They have allowed the 3rd lowest pass yards per game and have the 3rd most total pressures against the quarterback and the 2nd most sacks so far this year. One big reason they've been getting after the quarterback so effectively is their reliance on the blitz. The Broncos have been the leading blitz team so far this year, blitzing on 46.3% of their defensive snaps. It was even higher against the Jets, blitzing on 49% of their defensive snaps. They've also been very good at preventing big plays after the catch, allowing a league best -36 yards after the catch over expected, and a 4th best 348 total yards after the catch. Their rush defense hasn't been as good as their pass defense, but they've definitely been better since that first game against Seattle, sitting in the top 10 in multiple rushing defensive categories like EPA per rush allowed, total 10-plus yard rushes, stuff rate, and rush yards per play. This week, the Broncos will be back at home in a favorable matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders. There probably won't be a lot of games in which the Broncos will be favored in. I'm just being honest with you. But the 2 matchups against the Raiders this year should be 2 of them. The Raiders have been a very middle-of-the-pack team in almost all offensive categories and haven't really emerged past that point. They've been absolutely terrible running the football. They have a league-worst -0.42 EPA per rush, a league-worst 28.6% success rate when running the football, the 4th lowest rush yards per play, and the 2nd lowest rush yards per game so far this season. They have also struggled at protecting their quarterback, Gardner Minshew, allowing the 8th highest pressure rate to opposing pass rushers and the 7th highest sack rate so far this season. They've actually been a little bit better passing against the blitz than not, but it's hard to be sure if that is something concrete because they haven't really faced someone that's just blitzed them into oblivion like the Broncos probably will. The biggest thing to worry about for the Broncos in this game will be the seemingly random breakout game we get from Gardner Minshew. It seems like every single season. I don't know why it happens, but it does happen every single season. There's one game that Gardner Minshew just seemingly goes off, and it keeps him into starter territory for the next season. They also have to find a way to keep the Raider pass rush at bay. Their star pass rusher, Max Crosby, who finished top 10 in sacks and just outside the top 10 in pressures last year, has not been nearly as effective this year at rushing the passer. However, for a guy like that, all it takes is a couple of pass-heavy drives that open up your quarterback and offensive line to those pressures and sacks, and he could totally ruin the game for the Broncos. The Broncos will be looking to win their 2nd game in a row when they take on the Raiders, and we'll have all the action live for you Sunday afternoon over on Fox Sports 106.3 FM. Pregame is set for noon, and kickoff is set for 2:05 in the afternoon come Sunday. That's going to wrap things up for me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to send it back out to Shane and Ryan Parker down in Cheyenne for the start of the second half between the Broncs and Indians. I've been your host, James Timberlake, and you have been listening to the Bronc Halftime Report presented by the Powder Horn.
Wyoming Corporate Office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming Corporate Office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Hi, this is Jody DeColius with Campco Federal Credit Union. Our mortgage team is ready to get to work for you. Whether you're shopping for your next home or looking to make some improvements on your current home, let our team help find the perfect program that fits your needs. We have options for everyone, including first-time homebuyer, conventional, construction loans, home equity lines of credit, and more. It's quick and easy to get pre-qualified, so find us at campcofcu.com. NMLS 449284, Equal Housing Lender.
Cool evenings mean it's time to get ready for those colder days ahead. How do your corrals look? Farmers Co-op has the panels and other fencing materials to get them fixed. Are your bunks in good shape? Farmers Co-op can help you with those as well. Need to order some livestock vaccines? Yep, Farmers Co-op is the place. Whatever you need to get your place in shape for the cold months ahead, you'll find it at Farmers Co-op, owned by those they serve at 1450 Coffeen Avenue here in Sheridan.
Celebrate Security State Bank's 95th anniversary with You Choose Rewards, where you can earn points towards great rewards every time you use your Security State Bank Visa debit card. The points can be redeemed for cash, travel, event tickets, gift cards from popular retailers, merchandise, and more. Stop by Security State Bank in Sheridan, Gillette, Worland, Graybull, or Basin and register your Security State Bank debit card to start earning You Choose Rewards today. Security State Bank, FDIC insured.
This is AJ Sayre with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Risky Field here in Cheyenne. We are at Cheyenne Central High School, and the Broncs lead it here at halftime, 20-8. They're 20-0. Thanks to James Timberlake for the halftime report, and Ryan taking a look at some of those halftime stats. Just kind of what we kept here. Sheridan had 15 carries for 81 yards, so that's more yards than Cheyenne Central gives up per game. Ty Gilbertson was 11 of 20 throwing the ball for 140 yards, so the Broncs had 221 yards of offense in that first half. Cheyenne Central with just 27 yards. They had a lot of negative plays. 17 rushes in that first half for 0 yards with all the negative plays. 5 of 11 passing, 27 yards through the air. 2 first downs for Cheyenne Central. The Broncs had 8 first downs. The one negative for the Broncs, 6 penalties for 55 yards in that first half. Garrett Way, 6 carries for 38 yards. Crow had 4 carries for 21 yards. Haswell, he had 3 catches for 51 yards and a touchdown. Andrew Stewart, 2 catches for 37 yards. And Carson Chase, 3 catches for 6 yards in that first half. So that's kind of the way it broke down. And the Broncs will receive this second half kick, and we'll see if it happens. But we did see Breck Reed warming up here at halftime.
Yeah, that's great news.
And he's out with the kickoff receiving team right now. So that is really good news. They made him sit out the rest of that first half. Just maybe that right shoulder just maybe wasn't right, and maybe they got a little ice on it there, in that half, and went in. And I'm sure Joanne.
And he's going to go.
Yeah, Joanne Goss probably looked at him and he said, "I'm good to go." So here we go. It'll be Carson Chase and Breck Reed back deep, and those two are dangerous from the kickoff. Breck Reed has 3 kickoff returns this year for 173 yards and 2 touchdowns. Carson Chase has 2 kickoff returns for 87 yards and a touchdown. So those will be the 2 guys that are back deep. And it will be Davis putting the ball on the tee for the first time tonight for Cheyenne Central. The Broncs again lead this thing 20-0 as we go to the second half. And there is the kick. It's going to be a short one, and it's going to be Andrew Stewart. He waves his hand, and the Broncs will take over about the 35-yard line. And
nice job to just call for the fair catch.
Yep, they're not gonna kick off to the Broncs, are they?
Finally, a team that has decided to not let this Broncs kickoff return team get any momentum.
So I think the Broncs are going to have it at the 36-yard line is where they're going to spot it down at their own 36. So it will be Gilbertson with Way standing next to him. They give the ball to Way. He'll make a man miss across the 40, across the 45, now to the 50. He's across midfield, has a couple men to beat, and he's tore down from behind by Tate Berry, but a good hard run by Garrett Way to get things started here in the second half.
All the way down to the central 35-yard line. So from his own 36 to the central 35.
Good run by Garrett Way. 29 yards on the run. Sets up the Broncs 1st and 10 at the central 35. Gilbertson has a tight bunch this time. Breck Reed is in at receiver. This time it's Crow. Crow, he'll make a man miss at the 30, fall forward and break a tackle down to the 25, and he stood up and drove back there, but he got to the 25-yard line before a host of Indians made the tackle. So another first down right at the 25-yard line. They're going to say 1st and 10 Broncs.
Boy, those two plays, the Broncs have racked up and almost as many yards as Central gives up an entire game
on the ground.
Only 58 yards a game. So Sheridan's been able to exploit that a little bit tonight.
With those two carries there, the Broncs are well over 100 yards on the ground. Now Gilbertson will put Crow in motion. A high snap. The ball's on the ground, and I think it's going to be recovered by Central.
Yep, I think you're right.
And it is. That's the first turnover of the ball game. A mistake by the Broncs gives the ball and a little bit of life to Cheyenne Central here early in the third quarter.
You know, we've seen several high snaps tonight, so I don't know if it's miscommunication or what the heck's going on, but that's probably, I don't know, the third or fourth high snap that Gilbertson's had to try to corral.
Couldn't quite get a hold of it as he was trying to hand it off to Way all in one motion. The ball hit the ground and Central right there to recover. So the Broncs shoot themselves in the foot. Here comes Clement and his guys. He's going to send a man in motion. Give straight ahead to Pauly. Actually, that's Finoff, I think. Finoff, hard run out across the 30. They're going to give him 5 or 6 yards there on first down. We'll give him 6, 2nd and 4 for the Cheyenne Central Indians. So a big hole. That offensive line blew off the ball on the first play of scrimmage for Central. Clement with a man next to him in the formation. 2 receivers to the far side. He'll give it to Rogers. Rogers, he'll be stood up, maybe a gain of a half a yard out to the 35. They're going to say he got the 36. Boy, I didn't see that.
So it's going to be 3rd and 2.
Tyrone Richards was the ball carrier. 3rd down and 2 for Central. And now Pauly and Richards come in from the sideline. James Pillivant will come off. And it'll be Richards in the backfield. Pauly will be the fullback. And Clement goes under center. And the give straight ahead to Richards. Boy, Keegan Rager with the big stick. And no gain on the play. Boy, great play by Keegan Rager. Forced that. That's a loss of 1 or 2 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Great play by Keegan.
Wow. It looked like he shot out of a cannon. He met the ball carrier right where he was wanting to make the turn on the edge and just drove him back. So Carson Chase is back deep. Davis avoids one guy, gets the punt away. Chase will take it. He'll dance at the 25, try to get to the far sideline. A face mask. No, I don't see a flag I don't see a flag anywhere. But there was a big old face mask.
I mean, we're on the far side of the field, clear away from that play, and we could see it from here.
You could hear the Sheridan coaches in the booth next to us yelling for a face mask as well. But the Broncs will have it. The turnover doesn't hurt them. So
now let's see if they can have some more ball control and punch one in.
Broncs will have it at their own 33-yard line. Good special teams coverage tonight by the Central punt team.
They're at the 38.
Oh, it is the 38-yard line.
But, yeah, great coverage by Central special teams.
So Gilbertson, he'll drop straight back. And looking downfield, he's got a man down there. It's caught. Is that Morris? Touchdown, Broncs. It's Breck Reed.
Breck Reed.
Oh, the first offensive play. That ball.
It was at the 38.
At the 38-yard line. That's a 62-yard touchdown pass. Boy, Breck Reed just ran under the ball.
Yep.
What
a pass by Ty. Put a bunch of air underneath it. And Breck Reed, we all know his speed, and was just able to run underneath it.
Couldn't see who it was at first till he came running across the goal, the end zone after he crossed the goal line. 62-yard touchdown pass.
Well, whatever was ailing him, he's feeling a heck of a lot better now.
And Gilbertson on for the extra point. Reed will do the holding. Snap's good, the hold's good, and the kick is right through the uprights. With 8:52 remaining here in the third quarter, it's the Broncs 27, Cheyenne Central nothing. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Whether you're starting a business, safeguarding your assets for future generations, or navigating the complexities of property transactions, McCool Law Firm LLC in Sheridan provides tailored solutions that ensure your success. McCool Law Firm understands that each case is unique, and it is committed to delivering personalized service that will exceed your expectations. McCool Law Firm, protecting your legacy, stepping up to bat for you. Find out more and schedule a consultation at McCoolLawFirmLLC.com or call 307-461-9240.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Bronc Football here on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM. Hope everyone back home is enjoying the live stream on SheridanMedia.com. Or if you would rather use YouTube, you can go to the Sheridan Media YouTube channel and watch it there as well. An injured Cheyenne Central player on that extra point. He is now walking off the field at this point, but it'll be Beck Haswell who will get the ball teed up. The Broncs lead this 27-0 after the 62-yard touchdown pass. Boy, Breck Reed got hurt on
I think
the first or second
series.
First series of the ball game.
Making a tackle.
And he never saw the field again. He held for the extra point.
And that was wobbly.
And that was a little wobbly, so he didn't see the field after that in the rest of the first half. He comes in and hits pay dirt on a 62-yard reception from Ty Gilbertson to Breck Reed. And here's Haswell. He's got it teed up, and it is going to be a slow roller. It'll hop and be taken at about the 15-yard line, runs right into the wall and be driven back. Central will have it at the 25-yard line. I think the return man out there was Aiden Hergert. He was the up back that took that from about the 15. And Bronc defense back out on the field. And Ryan, I don't like to be superstitious at all. It is October. We are in the month of Halloween. But this Bronc defense is stingy.
Yeah.
The first teamers have still, we are in the 6th game of the year, and they've given up 10 points. A couple touchdowns on our backups against East, but other than that, nothing.
Right.
Here's a swing pass out into the flat, makes one man miss. That is Cade Brown out across almost to the 30-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 5 on first down. Just a little swing pass into the flat. The Bronc defenders close quickly. 2nd down and 5 for Cheyenne. This defense loves to fly to the ball. Rudy Green still in the ball game. He's playing the corner out on the far edge. Carson Chase.
Yeah, they don't have Breck Reed playing any defense right now.
And a high snap and the give straight ahead to Finoff. And he was met in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of a couple yards.
Garrett Way filled up that hole coming from his linebacker position.
Slowly getting up as one of the O-linemen. Boy, he's still down. Bryson Bailey 6 foot, 240-pound old lineman. He is in some discomfort. And so we do have a timeout on the field. It'll be 3rd down and about 7 when we come back. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
What's new at Waring Sheridan Chevrolet? And I'm talking vehicles, Doug Wooden.
Well, we have Tahoes, new Suburban, new half-ton Silverados, as well as a ZR2 Duramax half-ton. Heavy duties, 3/4 tons, 1-ton Silverados, new Blazers, Trailblazers, you name it. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we'll find it. Just ask.
Experience the Waring way of buying vehicles. Waring Chevrolet, 107 East Alger, WaringSheridan.com.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Cheyenne Central. The big offensive lineman, Bryson Bailey, still down, but they've got him sat up now. I think it might be a leg injury of some sort. The Broncs lead this thing 27-0 with 7:48 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And some of the Broncs are going to be staying the night. They will have a JV game here tomorrow against Cheyenne Central. They brought 2 buses. One bus will go home with the varsity players. The JV players will stay the night and come back tomorrow after that JV game that will be played tomorrow morning. But still taking some time to get this young man up and off the field.
Do we have any updates from the Sheridan volleyball tonight at home?
You know, the Sheridan volleyball team, they played a tough one on the road last night, and it was, you know, it's always tough to go to Campbell County and play in the Castle of Chaos or Castle of Champions or whatever they call it now, but they dropped that road match last night in 5 sets. They are taking on Thunder Basin at home tonight in their pink match. And Sheridan won the first set 25-19 over 3rd-ranked Thunder Basin. So we'll see. We've been getting updates from there, so we will try to keep you updated on the Sheridan Lady Bronc volleyball team. Ranked 5th in the state for like the 3rd week in a row. That's the first time in years they've been ranked in the YO Preps Coaches and Media poll.
Yeah. New first-year head coach, Danielle Torpy.
Doing a nice job.
Got him playing well.
Yep, got a good senior group there and a bunch of nice young players and has them playing pretty well. It dropped a road match last night, obviously. But still sitting well in conference play. I think they were 3-1 in conference play going into tonight or last night's game. And maybe it's a shoulder. Boy, this young man is not.
He is in pain.
He's in a lot of pain. Boy, they're helping him off the field, but they're going to get him over here to the bench, and we are finally going to be able to get ready to get back underway. 3rd down and 6 as we resume, and Clement will have 1 man behind him. He's in the gun. 3 receivers. He'll send a receiver across the formation. High snap, looking downfield, has a man, and the receiver breaks 1 tackle, falls forward, but I think he's going to be short of the first down. Just a bit short. It'll bring up 4th and inches. The Broncs could have had him down for maybe a 4th and 1.5, but he fought forward. It's going to be 4th and inches for Central, and they've got to go for this one here.
Yeah, being down 27. And they've already tried pooch kicking it a couple times, and it hasn't worked.
Nathan Brenchley was the receiver on that play. And I think Central's going to run back out and try to get a play off before the play clock runs out. You've got 10 seconds.
Or they might just take the penalty and then punt.
And now they've got 5 seconds to get this play off. Send a man in motion, and a timeout has been called by Cheyenne Central. They did not want to take the penalty. So 6:50 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Broncs lead 27-0 on the Range scoreboard. We'll be back with more Bronc football right after this.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Broncs and Lady Broncs.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Bronc football. They lead at 27-0 on the range scoreboard, looking for that 37th win in a row. Tied for the 6th longest winning streak in the United States at this time.
So still no changes.
Nope.
Everybody else keeps winning as well.
But they've got a ways to go. I think the longest winning streak in the country right now is a team from Ohio, and they've won like 54 straight. So here we go, 4th and inches, a fullback, and the give straight ahead, and I think they're going to get it. Boy,
just barely.
They just barely got it. Boy, the give was to Finoff straight ahead, and he bounced off one tackler and picked up the first down. Boy, that was close.
By a football length is all. So, but good call.
So that's just the 3rd first down. No, we'll give it the 4th first down of the ballgame for Cheyenne Central.
This Bronc defense just finds a way and flies to the ball.
Breck Reed back out on the field on defense now at that corner spot on the far side of the field. A tight bunch here. They're going to bring Brenchley across the formation into that fullback spot. They're going to turn, fire. The ball's caught out there by James Pillivant. That's going to be a 5-yard gain on first down. Out to the Central 45-yard line.
Kind of had to go down. He caught it and went to spin and went down on his knee, so he didn't have to be touched because once your knee goes down, you're down.
Richards will come in as the running back. Brenchley will be the receiver on the far side out there with Barry for the Indians. And Clement. And the give is to Richards and nothing there. Keegan Rager again drives him back. It's going to be almost we'll call it a 5-yard loss back to the original line of scrimmage. Actually, they're going to mark it 1 yard, a loss of 4, 3rd down and 9. The ball will be placed at the 36-yard line of
just
Central.
Perfect form tackling by Keegan right there.
He's a great wrestler.
I was going to say, he's just getting ready for winter.
Getting ready for wrestling practice. Double leg takedown, yep. So Central comes to the line. They'll send 2 receivers out on the far side of the field in the formation. Clement drops straight back, looks to the sideline, and the pass is dropped by Pauly, and it'll bring up 4th and 10 for Cheyenne Central. And they are going to punt. The punt team comes out. And Rudy Green will go back deep with Carson Chase. And let's see if the Broncs can get a good return here with 4:51 remaining here in the 3rd. Davis calls for the snap. Good snap, and he gets the kick away. Good kick. And it will be Green. He'll take it to the right side, up the far sideline to midfield, and be driven out of bounds right there at midfield. So the Broncs will start almost in plus territory. Just got an update. The Lady Broncs won the second set 25-21. So they lead Thunder Basin 2 sets to nothing.
Great news.
So the Broncs will take over right at midfield. Gilbert said, boy, he's thrown the ball a lot tonight. 21 pass attempts, I do believe, in that first half. And here's Garrett Way into the meat of that defense, and he'll be stacked up. He'll gain just 1 on first down. And now pushing and shoving, and I think Cheyenne Central I think that's Cheyenne Central that just lost their temper and pushed, and I think a penalty is going to be called on Cheyenne Central. Let's see what they get.
Unsportsmanlike conduct?
Sheridan's backing up, but let's see. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Cheyenne Central and on Sheridan.
They're going to just...
Offsetting penalties. So they'll replay. No, that's got to be replay first down.
Right.
Oh, it was after the play. So the play counts. It'll be second down and 9.
Okay.
It was after the play. Not sure who they called it on, because if they get another, they would be done for the night. You can only have 2 unsportsmanlikes in a game or you are ejected.
And that's not Bronc football right there.
No. Gilbertson and fake the inside handoff. Now finds Haswell in the flat. Haswell falls forward, going to be tackled across the 40, and I think that's going to be enough for a Bronc first down. It is.
Yep, they're moving the chains.
I like that play call. They brought Haswell clear across on a short route across the formation, and he was wide open in the flat, and faking that handoff to Crow, and Gilbertson was able to find him out there for 10 yards.
Yeah, a little play action, and just gave Gilbertson enough time to wait for Haswell to come open.
Oh, boy, there was a whistle before the play, before the snap of the ball. That's from the back judge. Is that going to be a delay of game? There's no way that was a delay of game penalty. 12 men on the field, maybe? What do we got?
Something on Cheyenne Central.
Yeah, a 5-yard penalty.
Couldn't hear what the referee... And he really didn't signal anything. He just pointed towards Central. But it's a good thing because that snap went over...
Way over Gilbertson's head.
head.
Good snap. Crow, he makes one-man miss at the point of attack. Drives forward. Now to the 15-yard line. And one of the Bronc offensive linemen, that's Nathan Bloom, lost his hat. So he's going to have to come out. Harvey Freiberger will replace him. But the Broncs drive the ball inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line. Crow with a good hard run, and the Broncs will have a first down at the 25.
Yeah, not sure what happened to Bloom's helmet, but
it was rolling across the field.
And I think he was telling the official, that's not just going to happen on its own. Right. He was kind of looking for a flag.
Breck Reed will be the receiver to the near side, way in the backfield. 2 receivers to the far side. And they fake it. Boy, good job by that defensive end staying home. That was Barry. He batted that pass right out of the air. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Broncs. Gilbertson was trying to find, I think, Carson Chase. But Barry came from that linebacker spot and just knocked it down. He was coming on a blitz. So it'll be Morris, Haswell, and Chase to the outside on the far side. Breck Reed to the near side, and Garrett Way alongside Gilbertson in the backfield. And the snap, and the fake. There's Haswell. Oh, my goodness. Just led Haswell just too much.
Nothing but pay dirt if he catches that.
Just missed the spot by...
Just off his fingertips.
Yeah, just inches, really. And it'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Broncs.
Good play call.
Well, the Broncs have really opened up this passing game tonight. They've done a lot of passing. And Gilbertson again will have Way. And he'll drop straight back. It's a screen pass, and it's tipped. But the screen pass was tipped by one of those linemen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Let's see what the Broncs are going to do. It would be about a 42-yard field goal from where they're at.
With as good as the Broncs defense has been, I would probably go for it. But it looks like they're going to punt. Oh, no, they're going to try the field goal.
They're going to set up this field goal attempt at the 42-yard line. If he misses, Cheyenne Central will take over at the 20-yard line.
He's setting up at the 32.
32, so it'll be a 42-yard attempt with 3:09 remaining here in the third. The snap is good. The hold's good. The kick is up, and it's wide. Wide left. So the Broncs do not get any points on that drive. And Central will take over at their own 20-yard line.
So really no harm, no foul there.
27-0 Broncs with 3:02 remaining here in the third quarter. And the Bronc defense back out on the field. And again, a lot of the backups playing a lot of minutes here. They are leading 27-0 in the second half, but a lot of these guys played quite a few minutes in the first half. Andrew Adams in there, Ryan Taylor in there, Andrew Stewart defensively. That linebacking core has just done such a great job. It's Richards. He comes to the near side.
Nice tackle.
And that's
Gage
Rogers made a great tackle. Maybe no gain maybe a gain of 1. Richards took that handoff, and he gets it to the 21-yard line. So 2nd and 9 for Central. Gage Rogers with the tackle. Great pursuit of the play by Rogers. Clement in the gun, 3 receivers. And it's a reverse. It's going to go to Brenchley. He's going to be tackled for no gain. Good job back there. Kelton Crow chased him down from behind. Nathan Brenchley, the 6'2" senior. 3rd down, and we'll call it 3rd and 8 for Cheyenne Central. Brown and Pillavant to the near side. Richards in the backfield with Clement. Also 2 receivers to the far side. Richards changed spots. And Clement, he'll drop straight back, looking downfield, and overthrows his receiver by...
Great pressure by Freiberger on that play.
Yeah. Boy, that landed way out of bounds, and that'll bring up 4th and 8, and Central's going to have to punt the ball away again. Carson Chase back deep, and he's going to be the only one back deep this time.
Central running a couple guys on late.
So let's see if they kick it away from Chase. I think the Broncs might think that they might fake this. But it is booted away. Carson Chase calls for the fair catch and makes the catch at the Bronc 44-yard line. So that's where the Broncs will take over. Boy, the punter, Jace Davis, has been busy tonight. He's done a good job. Nice high kicks.
Yeah, we really haven't seen any excitement from the special teams tonight.
No. So the Broncs take over at their own 44-yard line. And they're leading this thing 27-0 on the range scoreboard. .145 left in the third. Gilbertson with Garrett Way alongside. And Crow the up back. Drops straight back and finds Haswell in the flat. He'll be tackled down. Nice defensive play by Jackson Boyd.
Gain of about 5.
I think they're going to give him almost the 48.5-yard line. So we'll give him 4 yards there on first down on the catch. Boy, a lot of throwing tonight. We'll have to talk to Coach Maury if they saw something defensively they thought they could throw the ball on these guys. They are the 8th-ranked pass defense in 4A. Now Crow, he takes the handoff right up the middle, runs into a big stop by Caden Tafoya. Hit him right at the point of attack, but Crow will fall forward into Central territory to about the 48.5. It'll bring up we'll call it 3. 3rd and 3 for the Broncs from just inside the 49-yard line of Central.
Playing on the plus side now.
Haswell, the tight end. Ryan Taylor and Andrew Stewart goes in motion. This time they give it to Crow again. Crow, and he'll have enough for the first down across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. He thought he stayed on his feet. He was still trying to fight forward. They said the forward progress was stopped at the Bronc, actually the Central 43-yard line. So 1st and 10 Broncs. Now Keegan Rager will come in. 30 seconds left on the clock here in the third quarter. So the Broncs will try to get another playoff here before the end of the third. And it'll be Gilby. Gilby looking downfield. Has a man. It's Haswell. He is going to be a nice play. Haswell caught it at about the 35, turns, runs right into a defender, and flips over to about the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 Broncs and that will be the end of the third quarter as the Broncs are marching again. They lead at 27-0 on the Range scoreboard. You're listening to Bronc football on 1410 KWYO at 106.9 FM.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Cheyenne Central High School, Risky Field. Shane and Ryan Parker with you here. And Ryan, I think Beck Haswell has maybe played his best game of the season tonight, both offensively and defensively. He's really gotten after it.
He really has. I mean, we know what kind of an athlete he is, and he's been very dominant on both sides of the ball tonight.
He's got at least 6 or 7 catches on the game tonight. Also has a touchdown. Would have had another one, but it was just off his fingertips. A lot of passing for Gilbertson tonight.
Just different. We're not used to seeing this from the Broncs.
Right. They like to run the ball. And
yeah, ground and pound.
They've used the running plays to set up the pass tonight for sure. Gilbertson gets a man. Isn't that? Boy, the Cheyenne Central guy came into the neutral zone. Gilbertson gets the signs. And the give to Way. Way breaks a tackle at the 20, and he's off to the races. And that's a Sheridan Bronc touchdown. Garrett Way, but I think Haswell hurt himself. That's a 31-yard touchdown run for the Broncs. But Haswell, I think it's Haswell that's down. On the first play of the fourth quarter,
it is Haswell.
Garrett Way goes in from 32 yards out.
We've got the Cheyenne Central training staff out there as well. Looks like they're looking at an ankle.
So Haswell gets an ankle done here, looks like. The Broncs score to make it 33-0. They'll try to tack on the extra point here, but they're more worried about their stud tight end and defensive end, Beck Haswell.
Not sure why Joanne isn't out there, but Central's training staff is out there.
Oh, I think Joanne's out there, isn't she?
Nope. You've got a student trainer, 3 Bronc coaches, and 2 of the medical staff for Central.
So he's sitting up now. We'll see if we can get him off the field here. And So the Broncs strike again. Garrett Way with the big touchdown run, 32 yards. Boy, Haswell's up, and they're helping him off the field. He's putting a little bit of pressure on that ankle, it looks like.
Yeah, not much, but he's able to put a little bit of weight on it. So
we'll get him checked out. So the extra point, Gilby's on for that extra point. And the kick is up, and it is good. With 11:52 remaining here in the fourth quarter, it's the Broncs 34, Cheyenne Central nothing. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Texting and driving. Texting and driving? Everyone knows there really is no and. You're either texting or you're driving. In other words, if you're typing or reading anything while you're behind the wheel, you're not paying attention and you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why law enforcement around the state is cracking down on distracted driving. Hey, Wyoming, let's put an end to texting and driving because we all know better. There is no and. This message was paid for by WYDOT.
Hello, this is Michelle Manival from the Sports Stop and Foot of the Bighorns, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Risky Field here in Cheyenne at Central High School. It's Central's homecoming tonight. Broncs lead this thing 34-0 on the range scoreboard. Gilbertson will have to do the kicking now that the unfortunate injury to Beck Haswell. And so Ty will tee this thing up, and the Broncs will go back to work. There is the kick by Gilbertson. It's going to bounce at the 5 and roll into the end zone for the touchback. So a good job by the Broncs kickoff team. They untaped that foot, and Beck Haswell's trying to walk on that ankle. He's up, and he's looking okay, but the Broncs, we probably won't see him again tonight. We don't need him the rest of the way. They lead this thing 34-0. No risk in getting him injured.
It's good to see him up, putting some weight on it. And
Ty Gilbertson is leaving the field. I wonder if he has to go to the bathroom because he's
running towards their locker room.
He's making a run for it real quick. So he'll be out of the defensive series this trip. Clement's going to go under center. And the give straight ahead to Richards. Richards stacked up as he crossed the 20, but maybe give him a yard.
Good play by Blaine Phillips.
Blaine Phillips, the first linebacker there with the stick for the Broncs. Braden Brutlog in the ballgame on defense for the Broncs.
Gage Rogers is out there.
Owen Matthews on that defensive line. Also Harvey Freiberger I see out there again.
So some of the starters are out there.
And Sam Huffman.
He's had a heck of a game tonight, too.
Clement, again, dropped straight back, looking downfield, going over the top. That's going to be way out of bounds. Looking for Barry down the near sideline, but good coverage by Ryan Taylor. 3rd and 9 for Central. And this Bronc defense continues to be very stingy. As a team, they've given up 25 points through 5 games, and now 25 points through 5 3/4 game.
That's amazing. And like you said earlier in the broadcast, the starters have only given up 10.
10 of those points have been given up by the starters. The offense comes back to the line of scrimmage. Clement now in the gun. He'll send a receiver out to the far side. He'll swing it to the flat, and I think it's going to be Finoff, and he'll have enough for the first down, I think right at the 30-yard line.
He dove right there at the end, and it gave him enough.
So that's a first down for Cheyenne Central. Another swing pass to that running back, Tyler Finoff, the sophomore. Boy, they play a lot of young guys in those specialty positions, running back, wide receivers. this team could be pretty good in a couple of years. A lot of young guys.
I mean, they're a player or two from only having one loss this year.
Yeah. And they're going to send Barry in motion. Fake to give it to Finoff. And Finoff's met in the hole. Harvey Freiberger wraps him up for a loss.
Great play by Harvey.
He just fought off his defender and wrapped up right before. I mean, that's a loss of a yard on the play. Back to the 29-yard line. And the play's coming in from the sideline now. As Clement brings his guys back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 11. We're under 10 minutes to go here in the ball game. The Broncs leading 34-0. Clement drops straight back, looking downfield, and a long one, and it's going to be incomplete as Rudy Green with the coverage down that far sideline. Good coverage. As I think it was Pillavent who had a step for a second, but Green with his speed caught up to him. 3rd down and 11. And the Central Indians taking their time bringing the play in. It'll be Pauly coming in, also Barry. And this Bronc defense just waits. And another swing pass that's going to be out to Pauly. Pauly runs right into Gage Rogers and drops him. Boy, what a nice play by Gage Rogers. He fought off the blocker who was out there, and boy, just stuck an arm out and tripped up Pauly. And it brings up 4th and 9. No gain on the play again. Good defense by the Broncs. Holy cow. Carson Chase, Rudy Green back deep for the Broncs as Davis comes on to punt again. And the snap is good, and the punt is away, and it'll be Chase from the 27-yard line. He moves to his right with a blocker out front, waits for it to set up, and a flag comes in at the 40-yard line, and Chase is going to be tackled about the 45. But another a block's going to be, either a hold or a block in the back at the 40-yard line, and the Broncs will start this drive at their own 30.
And Garrett Wade just missed blocking that punt. So,
well, the Lady Broncs just won that 3rd set 25-16, and they sweep Thunder Basin.
Wow. That's congratulations.
Thunder Basin was ranked 3rd in the state. The Lady Broncs were 5th. So a big win.
Especially after coming off of,
a 5-set loss last night. So they keep pace in the conference. So
Great job.
Good job by the Lady Bronc volleyball team. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncs at their own 30-yard line. Sheridan Cross Country team ran in Sturgis, South Dakota yesterday. Both the boys team won it. The girls were 2nd overall. So congratulations to Coach Bowers and his Sheridan Cross Country team. Is it Blaine Phillips in the game now at quarterback?
Well, I haven't seen Ty come back.
Ty did come back.
Oh, okay.
Because I see some other guys in there.
Yeah, Blaine is in there.
Blaine Phillips is now the quarterback for the Broncs as they got their 2nd stringers in.
And Peyton Ormseth is in at running back.
And Blaine takes the snap, and it's a quarterback run all the way. And they're going to get a hold on the Broncs. On 2nd and 10, the Broncs will get backed up. And that's a big one because that was about 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Actually, 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so they'll step it off from there. So that's a 14-yard penalty. I don't know. They're saying, they just stepped it off from the line of scrimmage. That's weird.
Right.
Because the flag was laying at the 25-yard line, 24-yard line, and now the Broncs are 2nd and 20 from the 20-yard line.
Let's see if they let Blaine throw one deep.
Blaine Phillips takes the snap. He's going to go right up the middle, run into that big defensive line. Nothing going there. And he might have picked up 1 yard out to the 21. Now it's going to be 3rd and 19.
They're probably going to be content with just running the ball and letting this clock run.
7:35 remaining here in the ball game. The Broncs leading 34-0 on the range scoreboard. They will pick up their 37th consecutive win. Phillips with 4 receivers in the formation. He's going to drop straight back, and he'll let one fly. It goes over the head of Gage Rogers, and it'll bring 4th down. And the Broncs are going to have to punt this ball out of there. And it will be Gilbertson coming back in to do the punting. They do now have Haswell on a set of crutches across the way, maybe just for protection. Gilbertson gets the punt away, but there is a whistle. Let's see what the timeout. Cheyenne Central before the punt.
Central takes a timeout before the snap.
So we will take a timeout as well. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
You save, we give. Hi, this is Trish Penn with First Northern Bank of Wyoming. I'm sure you've heard about our Roundup program by now, but did you know so far this year we've matched over $15,000 that we've donated to local nonprofits in our communities? This quarter we are giving to local youth services. If you haven't enrolled, stop by and see us at 29 North Gould Street to learn more and enroll today. You save, we give. It's a win for you and the community. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, investing in Wyoming communities since 1885. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Jeff Tomlinson with Stiefel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back out of the timeout. Ty Gilbertson will be back in punt formation as the Broncs are facing a 4th and 18. 7:15 to go, leading at 34-0. The backups are in for the Broncs offensively. But Ty does the punting, so he will come on and kick this one away. A fair catch is going to be called and caught by Brenchley at their own 39-yard line. So a good punt by Ty. And the defense will come back out on the field. Again, subs all over the place out there defensively.
Got Brutlog, Freed, Ormseth all in at linebacker, it looks like.
Adams, Stewart, Green, and Taylor, your DBs. And then all youngsters up front as well. And we've got a backup quarterback in for Central as well. They hand the ball off, and he's going to be run down after about a 4 or 5 yard gain. About 5 yards. The running
Josh
back,
Freed on the tackle.
And it was Richards, the running back. Pick up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Central with 6:45 remaining.
I think Castaneda is the quarterback that's in for
Justin
Central.
Castaneda, 6'1", 160 sophomore. So Castaneda calls for the ball to give to Richards. Richards finds the seam. He'll pick up 1, maybe 2 across the 45.
Rudy Green came up from his defensive back position to make that stop.
It's going to bring up 3rd and about a long 3rd and long 2. And Finoff will come into the ball game at the running back spot. He's done a nice job tonight on the offensive side of the ball. Bring Pillavent and Brown the receivers to the near side. And Castaneda drops straight back, looks to the flat, and it's dropped by Pillavant. He would have had enough for the first down, but that'll bring up fourth down. 4th and 2 for the Indians. So 4th and 2. And they're going to go for it, looks like. I mean, there's 5:38 remaining in this ball game. And Castaneda will have one man. That'll be Richards behind him. 4 receivers in the formation. 4th and 2. The pitch to Richards. He'll cross the 35, come up the sideline across the 50 and run out of bounds. That'll be enough for a Cheyenne Central first down.
I think they're going to mark him out
at the Bronc 44-yard line. So they move into Bronc territory.
At the 46, they marked him. Okay.
46-yard line. I thought he ran out of bounds at the 44, but he must have stepped out of bounds a couple yards before that. Castaneda. They have 3 receivers in the formation. And drops straight back. Castaneda has a man in the slot, but he throws wide of Jack DeMona. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. These young Bronc defenders getting more and more time, just gaining confidence. Caden Smith in along that offensive line. Also Logan Stoika getting some playing time.
And a lot of these kids are going to have to stay and play tomorrow.
Yep. Good job, Finn off the handoff. He'll fall forward for about a half a yard, maybe giving the 45-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 9 for Central, with 5:15 and counting remaining here in the ball game. So the Broncs will move to 6-0 on the year. Them and Campbell County will both be 6-0.
And we'll see them in a couple weeks.
The Broncs will have homecoming next week against Rock Spring. No, actually, I think they've moved the homecoming game. Rock Springs will be at home next week. But I think Rock Springs, they'll come in either 4-2 or 3-3. Cheyenne East now leading Kelly Walsh in the 4th quarter, 29-20. Natrona County all over Laramie, 41-15. Here's Richards, and he's going to be run. While the ball comes loose, it's picked up. That's going to be Rudy Green. Rudy Green's going to pick it up and score for the Broncs. A big fumble. And
he
Rudy
stripped it and picked it up.
Yeah, he stripped the ball and picked it up and ran it about 46 yards for the touchdown. With 4:20 remaining here in the ball game, Rudy Green gets a 46-yard fumble recovery touchdown.
A forced fumble and the defensive touchdown for the young man.
And now Gilbertson on to try the extra point. So Thunder Basin leads Rock Springs 31-20. So Rock Springs, they will come in, it looks like 3-3 on the season, coming into Sheridan next week. James Timberlake will be on the call for you next week, as I will be unavailable. And the extra point by Gilby is good. And with 4:20 remaining here in the ballgame, it's the Broncs 41, Cheyenne Central nothing. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Hungry? Got $5? McDonald's has you covered. Introducing the all-new $5 meal deal. Choose between a juicy McDouble or a McChicken sandwich, but wait, you'll also get a small fry, small drink, and a 4-piece Chicken McNuggets, all for just $5. That's right, $5. So why wait? Head to McDonald's now and grab the $5 meal deal. Better yet, download the mobile app and save even more money and time by ordering ahead. McDonald's, Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
Hi, this is Brent Wolf with Sheridan Motors, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
So this will be the first game of the year. So, I mean, it looks like the Broncs won't have a special teams touchdown unless something odd happens. But they do get a defensive touchdown tonight, and I think that might be their second or third defensive touchdown of the year. I know DeStefano had a pick 6 back in week 1 at the end of the South game. Gilby's kickoff will be taken at the 5-yard line by Brenchley. Brenchley comes to the near side and be wrestled and taken out of bounds before he reaches the 20-yard line. As Braxton Crow out there along with, I think that was Dominic Johnston on the tackle for the Broncs. So I think it'll be 1st and 10 for Central at about the 18 or 19-yard line. Looks like they're going to put it on the 19. But again, this Bronc football team just continues to dominate 4A football. Obviously, they do have some big games coming up. Obviously, Rock Springs has won some football games, and Campbell County is very good. Pass play out in the flat. That's going to be enough for a first down on the first down play. Pass out there to Cade Brown on the reception. So Brown picks up the first down out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. They wind the clock with 4 minutes to go here in this ball game. Castaneda will bring 3 receivers to the near side of the formation. And the inside handoff to Richards. Richards into the secondary, makes a man miss, and then going to be swarmed under by Kelton Daly. And that'll be enough for another Cheyenne Central first down, a pickup of 11 on the play. So Kelton Daly was in the game, makes the tackle. And Richards will, actually it's going to be Finoff in the backfield this time for Cheyenne Central. Again, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Castaneda takes the snap, drops straight back, looks way downfield, has a man, that's Brenchley, and they're going to call pass interference.
I thought he just tipped that away.
Good timing there by Slade Bogdanovich, but they will get him for pass interference.
Boy, I don't know about that. I thought he timed it pretty good and knocked it away.
It was close. Yeah. That's a judgment call. 2 officials threw the penalty.
Yep.
So that'll be a 15-yard penalty. That'll move the ball into Bronc territory.
It's not like on Sundays. You don't get it at the spot of the foul.
Right. Just a 15-yarder. And the ball will be placed at the Bronc, just outside the Bronc 40-yard line. Call it the 41. Castaneda will bring a man in motion across the formation. And the handoff to Richards. Richards dives across the line of scrimmage and falls forward for about a gain of 5 to the 44-yard line, 36-yard line of the Broncs. 2nd and a long 5. 2:50 to go here in the ball game. So the Broncs are going to extend this winning streak. And again, Bighorn and Tongue River will try to get things back together and get back into action next week. Both teams had their games canceled this week. Castaneda is going to drop straight back, looks down. Boy, a big hold. Number 50 got held by, the Bronx number 50 got held big, and now a pass play is going to fall incomplete, but there's a flag at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, right out in front of the white hat.
Owen Matthews got held. I think that's the first holding penalty on Cheyenne Central tonight. So that'll mark. They'll step it off from the 45, and it's going to bring up 2nd and long.
So they just gave back all the penalty yardage from the pass interference by having a hold.
The flag was laying at the 45-yard line. That's where, if that's where the hold happened, that's where you step it off from. That was a 1-yard penalty from where they stepped it off. Blitz coming, swing pass out to Richards. He steps inside one man and is going to be wrestled down inside the 35, and another flag laying right in the middle of the red C for the central logo on the midfield. And the umpire threw that one. Is that an illegal man downfield? Another hold. Oh, chop block.
Chop block. That's one that you don't see very often.
Yep. A chop block.
Now let's see if they step it off right. That one should just go from the previous spot.
Yep. Well, that's a big one, too. That's 15 yards. So that...
Second and a mile.
Second down and 30. Second and 31, actually. So Castaneda will send 4 receivers into the formation with a lone running back behind him. And drops straight back. And he's pressured. Now he's going to be on the run. Brutlog has him pinned in. And he just goes down. Good job, boy. The Broncs closed quickly. Again, Daly was out there. Kelton Daly.
Good job avoiding that initial pressure, and he stepped right through the defensive line and had a lot of
green grass in front of him. Just didn't want to go anywhere. Didn't seem like. So we're under 2 minutes now. 1:40 and counting. The Broncs are ready to wrap this one up and make the long trek home. We will be on the road back to Sheridan as well tonight. Castaneda drops straight back. He's going to hit Brenchley in the flat. Brenchley has a blocker, gets to the corner, and it runs out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 11. Actually, we'll call it 10. 4th down and 10 from the Bronc 41-yard line. And the officials having a word with the quarterback. Actually, that's Barry that he's having a word with.
Not sure what that was about, but.
So 4th and 10. Oh, now they've got all kinds of. Damon, didn't know if he was supposed to be off the ball or on the ball. That's going to be a false start. They had 5 men in the backfield at one point. And
I'm guessing that Central has a lot of their younger kids in too, but he's been playing all night.
Yep. And now a timeout on the field. Going to be called by Central. We're going to take one more timeout. 1:16 to go here in the ball game. It's going to be 4th down. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 39 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call at 672-7971 or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
The Broncs are going to win this thing. There's 1:16 left. 4th down for Cheyenne Central. And they are in formation to run a 4th down play here. Castaneda, I'm sure he'll be dropping straight back. He does, finds Brenchley. Brenchley with the hook and ladder. And there's Richards down the sideline. And he's going to be wrestled out of bounds with 1:08 to go, but a hook and ladder for Cheyenne Central all the way down to the Bronc 15-yard line. That's as close as Cheyenne's been all night. with 1:08 to go.
Well, you saw Sheridan earlier with a little bit of trickery on their touchdown pass. So
the Broncs will try to keep them out of the end zone here.
yeah, I'm sure they'd like to preserve that shutout.
And Castaneda working the guys downfield on the Bronc second and third teamers. Castaneda straight back. Josh Freed he drills the quarterback, and that one falls incomplete with 1:05, second down and 10. Good job coming off the edge from the linebacker spot. Freed did a good job.
Good job not to draw a penalty
Yep.
for roughing the passer.
Second down and 10. And don't forget, we have the First Federal Bank and Trust post-game show coming up. After the completion of this game, we'll get head coach Jeff Mauy up here to visit with us as soon as the game's over. Castaneda drops back, has a man coming after him on the edge, finds a receiver. No, it's going to be incomplete at about the 2-yard line. 3rd and 10 for Central. With 59 seconds left.
Just a bit of a different type of ball game from the Broncs tonight than what we're used to seeing. Lots more passing tonight.
So it'll be 3rd and 10. Cheyenne Central comes to the line. Castaneda sends a man in motion. Now 4 receivers to the outside. Has Richards, and again it's incomplete. 4th and 10 now, and I think they're going to bring on the field goal unit. Let's see what they do here. They're going to try to at least get some points on or it's a 4th down play, and it will be Davis putting the ball down at the 22-yard line, so a 32-yard attempt for Davis. And the high snap, the kick is blocked, and the Broncs going to preserve
the shutout.
The field goal was blocked, and the Broncs will take over at the 20-yard line. Couple kneel downs, boy. Josh Freed again. I think that's who got a piece of it, coming off the edge. So they preserved the shutout with the blocked field goal attempt. And are they going to come out with victory formation, or are they going to run a couple plays here? Actually, some of the youngsters are still out there, so it's not going to be victory formation yet. With 46 seconds left. And Blaine Phillips brings them to the line of scrimmage. And they might just run one play and then have to go to the victory formation. And the handoff is straight up the middle, and that's, I think that's Underwood. Is that Rathan Underwood with the ball carrier?
Or was that 21? Was that Braxton Crow?
Lathan Underwood.
Lathan, okay.
Yep. And that's going to do it. That will be the final play of the game. The Broncs don't have to run another one, and they're going to win this thing 41-0 is your final score. The Broncs move to 6-0 on the season, and Cheyenne Central falls to 1-5. And what can you say, Ryan? It's just another
Friday night,
another dominating performance. Didn't feel as dominant as it shows on the scoreboard. The Broncs made a lot of mistakes tonight, had a lot of penalties, but they do win this thing going away. And we will have the First Federal Bank and Trust postgame show coming your way. When we come back, you're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits. Stop by your locally owned and operated Sheridan Motors to check out our incredible selection and find out what's coming soon. We know you have a choice when it comes to shopping for new and used cars, servicing your vehicle, and purchasing tires. On behalf